Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we doing today? I hope you got up this morning and you got on your knees and you prayed and thanked God for yesterday, today, and tomorrow too. Well, that's what I do every day. I wake up with God on my knees and I go to bed on my knees and I pray all through the day. This world's crazy. It's amazing. How are we supposed to get through the process and try to get the American dream when the whole world wants to knock us down? Ay, 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 ay. That's no fun. Well, guess what we get to do? You get to listen to me and I get to play with you. Skippity dippity doo. Isn't that amazing? Unfortunately, I rhyme all the time. Sometimes I try to. Nah, I really don't. These just come out. Give me a word. Well, we did last night and when we before we go to bed, we read the Bible, my daughter, my son, and my wife, and then we make stories. We've been doing that for years. My son will go, "Hey, Dad, let's hey Bill, George, Sue, and let's see what we can do." By the time I'm done in about 5 minutes, I wrote him a song, I wrote him a book, or whatever, a story. It's amazing. And, I guess it's good or bad. I had to embrace my weirdness. You see, I rhyme all the time. It's like I try not to, but my brain goes back and forth both sides. It's like, ay, 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 what do I do? I stutter once in a while. Ay, ay, I don't like that. It's embarrassing. It got to the point I had to just realize, hey, if you stutter, hey, they can do one thing. They can listen, learn, or go away. That's how it works. So that's how I look at it my way. So guess what we get to do today? We get to have a focus today. Wow, it's the last day of the month. Is that really true? Oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? 30th April. See, we don't have 31 days in this month, and what happens is time, money, and credit. What really frustrates me is I wish I had more time, but it's okay. All right. I look at it this way. Okay. You're getting older, you're getting slower, you're not as pretty as you used to be. None of us are. That's how it works. So I look at time, money, and credit. Okay, time. I don't have enough time, so I get up every day at 1:15. That's okay. I have my me time. Then I get to play with you. Me time, isn't that fun? You see, after I wake up, pray, look in the mirror, get ready. All right, go to the gym. All right, downstairs. And what do we do after the gym? Go back up and get dressed, ready to go. Time. You see, here's the thing today. You could actually write down everything I tell you to do, and within 90 days, all right, you can have an escrow and have about 5,000 a month forever. But or you do it. Now, some of you take 7 months, some take 9 months. My worst case was 14 damn months. Every time I got him a line of credit, he did just something else. Every time I got a line of credit for him up to 150, instead of doing what he promised to do, and I kicked him out of the program, then he went wham wham like a little baby. Okay. You see, it's really weird. Okay. This is my program, and we have to play my way. He didn't want to do that. That suck. So what happens? I kicked him out of the program. And he came back, please, Ray, please. Well, hey, you did it 4 times. 4 times I lined him up with 18 divisions and $150,000 up to 3 million. I got him 3 million bucks. And he's trying to run his business like all of you are doing. Fantastic. He thought he could just spend more money in the business again and again and again and get it to go. That doesn't work that way. You see, this is it. Understand? Here's a Bank of America account. Bank of America is going to give you a checkbook, okay, or a line of credit for every one of these things. You're kidding me. Santos lets his TV on. Gotta go turn off the TV. We're gonna hear this silly music. Sorry. Be right back. Right back. Santos, why would you leave your TV on? All right, I'm back. Wow, wow, wow. It's amazing in this world, okay? I don't get it. Sometimes it's frustrating. Okay. As my client, I get him all these lines of credit, and what happens? It's like my wife. I love my wife. She's my trophy. All right, she's everything. She tells me she's my trophy wife, so I have to repeat that because she's really not. But anyway, she makes it feel better. Just what she says. Okay. Well, she doesn't close cupboards. She doesn't close drawers. Yeah, yeah. I walk in a room. It's like, are you kidding me? Okay. It's like A man has to just deal with crap. What happens? Very simple. So I had all the drawers replaced in the door so they closed by themselves because I don't have to deal with it. I don't want to do it. It's like him leaving the damn TV on. Okay. People are so, I love people, but they're, sometimes because of me, something's in the way, I move it. All right. Here's my sink at the helm. Okay. My daughter and my son and my wife screw with me almost every day. See, I put everything in order. I mean, if it's a shaving cream or this or it's hairspray or whatever it is, deodorant, or if it's basically the cologne, has to be basically facing the name. Why do they do it backwards just to screw with me? Oh, well. All right, go back to this herd, okay? I got him $3 million. Instead of listening, he puts it in his business and he screws it all up. You see, money doesn't solve problems. Money never solve problems. Maybe it does temporarily. But again, if you run into business, it's structure, finance, and dream. It has never changed. You have to have the structure, you got to have the finance, and now you got to have the dream and the mission. That's how it works. I mean, for some reason, my life's been, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. I don't know what that really does for me. Having $1 million when I was 15 years old, they gave me a check when I was 14 and a half. I put it in the bank because I have a corporation. See, I don't know about you, but I had to get out of hell. See, I didn't like being used and abused. It really pissed me off. I wanted to take that abuser and just take him outside. I can't watch what I said. I want to be blocked. But again, the crap in this world is like, damn, is this real? I mean, when I didn't realize about mommy and daddy stuff, I mean, to me, it was just crap. Sorry, I just got to tell you the truth. I mean, I saw this stuff on TV. I see these parents in these movies, Father's Knows Best, and blah blah blah, and all these shows. It's great. Is that real? Is that real? People have a mommy and a daddy. What's a mommy and a daddy? Hell, I don't know. I just like being used, so I went to the library as a kid. To me, I'd hide in books. It was easier because to deal with people is like people suck and they're ridiculous, in my opinion. It's like getting him $3 million of credit. What would you do with $3 million of credit today? What would you do? Come on. What would you do with $3 million of credit? Here's the problem. What would you do with $3 million of credit? Bank of America, one bank account, 18 divisions, right here. Right here. Every division was lined up for 150s. 150. That's $2.7 million right here in my hand. What are you going to do with 2.7 million? Okay, what would you do with it? I mean, the bottom line, what would you do with it? Okay, all right. So you can say these things. I can't because I'll get blocked. You put it in an escrow. Okay, you put it in escrow. How much would you do over here? Come on. All right, I'm going to hand you $2.7 million. What are you going to do with the 2.7 million? Okay. Kim's saying she's going to put it in escrow. That's why people do. They follow me all the time, and they'll repeat certain things, so they take pieces. Here's the problem. You with Kim, Kim's great. You're taking pieces and you put it in the wrong direction. You're trying to build a puzzle. The puzzle. You're trying to build a puzzle, and the reality is you don't know what you're doing. I'm sorry, you're guessing. Okay, because you haven't learned enough from me to do it your way, which should be my way anyway. Okay? So let's understand something today. All right, here's 2.7 million. Let's just round it up to 3 million bucks. $3 million. What would you do with $3 million? Okay. Let's think. I mean, we're here to have fun, right? All right, I like having fun. Do you like having fun? I like playing the game, and I always do this with people. It's like when I was working for IBM, Boeing, or Apple. These people are great. I put the Maquiladora program in Mexico. Okay. By the way, you don't know this. I speak six languages. I don't tell people this. It's another damn business. I'd rather listen to their crap. So what do we do? Okay. So what happens? Very simple. Okay. If we had that 2.2, we're going to run it up to 3 million bucks. Okay. Here's what you should have done, or you should say, put it all in escrow. Let's understand. Maybe you have the LLC. Okay. Maybe you have the C corp. We have the S corp. Fantastic. So when we structure is for before you put something in an escrow, you have to realize something. Before you say put it in an escrow, you should have focused on the corporation and divisions. You see, a real business has to finance itself and basically write off in the taxes. We have a choice. Okay, your choice is simple. You have an SS5, okay, equals SSN equals 1040 tax return. There you go. Over here we have the tax ID. Okay, let's say tax ID. Okay. Here we have the S is 4. Okay. Here we have an EIN number. Okay. EIN. First of all, if you have basically, let's say the $3 million, let's put 3 million right here. Okay. If you received it here, you're taxed and you don't get to keep any damn money. Most of it goes into tax. Out of $3 million, you get to keep about 920 to maybe a million if you're lucky. They take all of it. It sucks. If I put the 3 million here, I get to keep it all because it's under a tax ID, an SS4, and SSN. So I'm keeping it all in the beginning. That's what we do. If we have a real business, it's called a division. The division process is here. So if I put the money here and I run a real business, I could raise to do several things. Well, let's take this this $3 million times 3. Okay. If I do this correctly and I leverage it from CD, leverage it back to itself, okay, it makes it look like $9 million on paper. They'll give you 5 times. Okay. So please tell me, all right, what's 5 times $9 million? What's 5 times? Come on, take a damn calculator. What's 5 times 9? Simple. Add a bunch of zeros. See, if you would leverage the money first before you spent it, you know what the hell you're doing. The reality is you're a bunch of amateurs. I'm sorry to say, but it's true. You're listening, you're learning, but I'm going to challenge you every step of the way. Rich and famous people don't do what you do. All right? It's $45 million. Now understand. Okay? It's 45 what? All right, it's not 4.5 million. Okay, we already had the 3 million. It's $45 million. How would you do that? See, here's your problem. You never take control of what you could actually do because you're doing the LLC, CS Corporation, sell me the water, don't buy a house, sell for your grandma. These clowns have gotten away with this for basically 15, 20 years. Now they got me to challenge the hell out of them. $45 million. What would you do with it? It's simple. Okay. You would basically have your 18 divisions. Okay. 18 divisions here, and every division had the line of credit anyway. So that basically turns into more money. Money and credit is an opportunity to get more, 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 more. And that's the problem. Warren Buffett plays the game. He's done it all his life, and it's leveraging everything he does. When I told Warren about the reference 3 times 5 40 years ago, well, that's pretty good. Ah! I've helped more rich and famous people on this planet than anybody. You might want to listen. You might want to learn. $45 million came from 3 million. It's just a damn line of credit. If money makes money, all you have to do is get a return on your money. Your problem trying to get a return, you don't know what you're doing. You're a bunch of amateurs. Sorry. You men have screwed up 10 times in your life. You'd rather pay home to your queen. Your queen. It's is it gonna work? Your wife's going, is this one gonna work, honey? You tried 10 times and it screwed up 10 times. Good for you. I just like make money. I mean, understand here we got choices. It's very simple. Okay. Here, if you screw it up because you don't know what an SS5 is until I explain it to you slowly, sorry. I think your problem is you follow the circus and you follow the rerun every damn day. It's about time you get off your assets and go get it. This is the United States of America Incorporated. But you're going to do you. Okay. You file bankruptcy, you screw up you and your spouse. 90% of you have questionable credit. It sucks. This is a management company. I don't care if you have a damn LLC, C Corp, or S Corp. It don't matter to me in the beginning because you have a structure. Let's turn that into something. Nobody lets their LLC do business. That'd be kind of dumb. They sue that, they sue you. And if they sold their house or whatever you got of the building, they basically get you anyway because you signed the contract. The LLC making money should be turned into an S anyway. That way you get rid of that 15.3% employment tax. The LLC was started because of sole proprietor. LC corps are double taxed. So the only corporate we have to do this here till we get to $5 million corporation having 45 million of credit is going to be an S corp. I mean, I don't get it. Why do you do you? Why do you do you? Why do you do what you do? I don't know. I didn't know what to do. I've heard so many damn excuses. I don't have excuses. I had no choice. I had to get out of hell. You know what it's like eating out of a trash can when you're 3 years old? It sucks. You know why when the abuser come and gets you? What do you want to do? "Ah!" It sucks. Your problem is you accept the way things are. Until the day you decide to change and do something different, you have the same damn rerun every day. Wee! Scroll. Wee! Look at the circus. Look at the circus. Wee! 23 weeks ago, I started TikTok. The first couple weeks, oh no, 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 no. It's like they're scratching the damn chalkboard. All right, sell me the water. What a clown. What a bozo. Okay, sorry. All right, you bought my book 20 some years ago. All right, yeah, you're a loser if you don't make 400,000 a year. I never watched something dumb in my life. F your grandma. Okay, what, did you ever really want to change your life? I mean, it's just a simple thing. Would you like to change your life and do something different in a different direction? Or you want to keep being you? Being you sucks. I'm sorry. You bring the damn pain home all the time. It's like, hey, stop it. Stop it. You never had to. The life gives you pain. It's up to you to accept it. I didn't accept the fact being used and abused as a kid. Read the letter. I put you in the trash can outside Guardian Hospital. I gave you a girl's name. I want you to be tough. Okay? That's it. This little short, stupid note from a girl who got pregnant and he put me, I got born in a freaking taxi in a trash can. A trash can! Son of a biscuit! I'm a son of a biscuit. Ay, ay, ay. See, if you accept crap, that's your problem. If you accept crap, just keep doing what you do. You're getting older, slower. Hell, you're not as pretty as you used to be. None of you are. None of you are as pretty as you used to be. But is there a day you really want to change? Is there a day you want to get off your ass, ets, and learn how to play the game to win? I don't know. I'm 23 weeks in TikTok. I almost 70,000 followers, but I don't understand something. I don't understand you. I don't understand you. Okay, what does this mean? All right, I've been collecting this crap since I was 9 years old because they sent it in the damn mail. Here's 1,200 credit cards. 1,200. I can't what I'm gonna put on the damn desk. You can change your life today if you wanted to, but you go, wait, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep doing the wrong way. Hey, it's simple. I got an LLC in Wyoming. Good for you. They're gonna audit you. I mean, hell, they announced this very simple if you ever paid attention, but you don't. Most of you don't ever pay attention at all. They announced they're gonna basically audit any company you have out of state that's not in your state. Get ready for the audit. They're gonna get ya. That's the way it works. They're gonna get ya. Doesn't that suck? They're gonna get ya. I don't know. I think I'd be a little careful of that. See, a real corporation, a real man, a real woman, they have a foundation for the dream. Instead of going, "Woo," as most of you do, sorry. It's terrible. I'd like to shake it and wake you up. Maybe you'll pay attention. Maybe you'll hate me enough to get off your assets and go get it. Then you'll learn to like me. Who knows? All I know is I'm not here for you. I'm not here to basically, you gotta do this. No. I made a promise. I gotta keep my promise. It's my last year anyway. So guess what? I'm training my coaches, and coaches. Just like you did for Dave Delgado, Russ Dalby, and basically Carlton Sheets. All right, we're gonna change the coaches. See, today is simple. Okay? The simple thing is, okay, we have the 30th of April. It's the last day. Tomorrow's the first day of May. Do you know what that really means? See, the problem is you're not listening, you don't focus right. Time, money, and credit. You see, now what happens? Listen very carefully. The month of April's over. This is 2026. All right, we're in the second quarter. We're going to start tomorrow, the second month in the second quarter. See, these are the things I always look at numbers. Numbers have never lied to me, only people do. People are full of crap, most of them. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? All I know is how to create millions and billions of dollars. And I'm damn good at it because I'm the number one consultant worldwide. Isn't that fun? So guess what we get to do? We get to play the game. Okay? We get to play the game and have some fun. Let me guess to the chicken in your bio. I don't know what that means. You're ducking a sheep. So anyway, there's another word, blah, 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 probably. So what do? Time, money, and credit. time, money, and credit. So if today is the last day of April and I don't position myself right, I'm going to have a big problem because I'm not prepared for the next month. See, I have to be prepared for May. I have to be prepared for May because I'm trying to obtain more goals. For instance, okay, we have 19 escrows we're playing with this week. I play escrows all the time. Let's understand. Here's one we're doing right now. It's kind of fun. This is a car wash. I wrote the original books on car washes years ago. So if we play the game to win, our goal is very simple. You get an auto income business, auto income. You don't do a damn thing. Okay. You basically take a picture of this here. There's your future. If you would pay attention, you can man up, woman up. But you're doing you. Good luck. Most of you men, 80% of you are men. You have rolled the dice and sorry you brought the pain on because you didn't do it right with structure, finance, and dream. You tried, but you ran out of money. You stole money from your family to do this. Why would you do that? The money you make today is for structure, finance, and the dream. Let the business run itself. Let the business run its own credit file. I established the credit files for corporations that are tax ID in 1987. Maybe you get to know me a little bit more. Okay. Now understand, if you had this client here, got him 2.7 million, we just round off to 3 million. I showed you exactly if you're on time, how to create the 45 million. If you're late, then you've missed the date because that's your own damn problem. Okay. Now it gets 200,000 a year. It's not a lot. But what happens? Understand something. If I have my LLC, my C corp nonprofit, whatever you have, or PC nonprofit, or whatever, even LLP, if I have the foundation and I have my 18 divisions, I now have a division creating $5,500 a month. Now I could create 16,000 a month. Okay, so you get two choices here. The choices are simple. I can get 16,000. It's right here. This is a spreadsheet. 16,531. Now, if I divide it by three investors, that's 5,500 a month. 5,500. Okay, so let's break it down. If I look at three investors, okay, let's say to you today, you really wanted to get an auto income and you got off your butt. This means your division and your corporation would basically put money in an escrow. I don't want your damn money. I don't run a Ponzi. Those other guys run Ponzi's all the time. So if we do this correctly, these are our checkbook money. Let's write down checkbook money. It's 150,000 per these ones. Every one of these is 150s, okay? So here's 150,000 B of A, Chase Bank, US Bank, Wells Fargo. Okay, checkbook money, okay? We write a check, we got checkbook money. You write a check to escrow. Escrow closes. When it closes here, the management company that manages that asset we're going to go get finds out you use the line of credit. They make sure the payment's paid before you get your monthly proceeds. That's what management companies do. Then you get your proceeds, okay? Let's pretend you wanted to change your life and you're willing to do what you're told to do. What a concept. Okay, let's watch. Come on, the numbers never lie. How many people lie? So if I put three people in this here, 5,500 a month. All right, four people, $4,100 a month. Five people, 3,300 a month. Or six people, 2,700 a month. Numbers don't lie, people. See, only people lie. See, everyone who's these stupid comments that make every once in a while. I mean, there's always a turd trying to give me crap. Those are the ones that are going to have a flat tire today and run out of gas because they deserve it. And they're going, why didn't God open the door for me? Because you're a jerk. Jerks are jerks, okay? Unfortunately. So I'm online multiple times a day, 6 days a week. On Saturday, I do classes for 50 years. I'm the number one consultant worldwide. They pay me 5,000 an hour, 50,000 a day, companies all the time, but I'm here to help you for free. And if you listen and learn, you can actually change your life today, not tomorrow, because tomorrow's the 1st of May. So what do we do? Would you like an income? Or it's very simple. Would you like an income the rest of your life, for every month, forever? Would you like an income? See, you didn't buy an income. You tried to run a business. You want to be an entrepreneur. Good for you. 99% of entrepreneurs go broke. 99%. I got an LLC in 5 states. What a joke. The LLC was created by sole proprietor in the first place. I've been studying law and accounting for 50 friggin' years. It's about time you step up and man up, woman up, and understand. Your LLC could be here, or S Corp, C Corp, nonprofit, PC, whatever you got. Don't care. We have 9 divisions. What? Every division has its own credit file. So today, if you really wanted to change your life, but it's up to you, I can't force you to change your life. What will we do? Okay. Here we have $100,000 line of credit. What do we do? Let's grab a card. Let's grab a card. What do we do? Okay, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's grab a line of credit. All right, because it's fun. Okay. The goal is simple. Here's 3 million. Okay. These are $100,000 cards. So every card here has the ability, because it's $100,000 line of credit. It's a paid over time limit, 100,000. 100,000. So if I did it 9 times, isn't that $1 million? If I took both cards there, it's $2 million. See, you don't have the foundation which builds the dream, and the problem is you're doing it wrong anyway. Sorry to say, but it's true. If we had the foundation, we could basically do a couple things. Let's buy some Bitcoin as a division, gold, silver, stock trading. Let's buy a storage unit. Hmm. How about a Wendy's? I bought my first Jack in the Box when I was 19 through a corporation. I like Jack in the Boxes. Okay. All right. Rodney, you have a roofie. Okay. And then you have the lady go, "Where's the beef?" Okay. Here's car wash. Here's an apartment complex. If your organization, you would have a foundation of 18 divisions and you build a line of credit per division, you'd find it's a dream. Instead of being an entrepreneur, you don't own a piece of something. Okay. You don't own a piece. Every American Express card, okay, literally allows you again on 250,000 line of credits right there. I can write a check to escrow. Wow. But again, what are you going to do? You see, your goal is like anything else. These are the businesses I would tell you to play with. I've written 67 books so far. I created 60 billion for my clients and myself over the years in credit, all kinds of stuff. Did you know I became a corporate billionaire at 21 years old? Structure 21. Why didn't you? Why didn't you? I don't understand. For 32 years, I was the second largest advertiser in California. Why don't we want to play? Whee! Dry cleaners. I wrote the book on that 48 years ago. Car washers, too. Laundromats. I wrote a book on printing. My printing companies was great. Napa Printing, Sir Speedy Printing, everywhere. Making money as divisions. Okay. Kind of fun stuff. Now I had my 22,000 payphones. That was 6.6 million a month because it's just only payphones. They just make money. Wee! See, I want you to think differently today. Okay? Maybe I can wake you up, shake you up. I don't know what's going to take. All I know is I like goodies. You like goodies? How many of you like some goodies? I love goodies. See, when you're pissed off as a kid being used and abused, find yourself at the library and you study law and accounting your whole life, and they find out you have an IQ off the chart, they want to suck you into a government program. That's what they did with me at 14. Kind of sucks. So what do we do? Do you like goodies yet? I like goodies. I like race boats. They have the Reynolds University on the side of it, marketing. When I wrote this, I was 14. It's called Winning the Game of Business. 14. What did you at 14? Probably. I didn't go to high school. It'd be wasting my damn time. I tested out at T-Week at junior high. Then I IQ off the damn chart. Total recall, rebel, fans, same time. And I rhyme all the time and I stutter as well too. You get all that? So what happens? I put this out there when I was 16. In 1976, I'm teaching the world how to play with $1 million in the bank. I was only 16. So I don't know what you did at 16. I had to get out of hell because I didn't like being used and abused as a kid. I didn't like finding out my mom had put me in a garbage camp after I was born in a taxi on the way to Guardian Hospital. Kind of sucks. So I watch this TV stuff. These people, what's a mommy? What's a daddy? I was supposed to get one of those. I was supposed to get one of those. Wow. I didn't get one of those. Damn. See, today you got choices. Your choice is you're 30 years old to 75 and you're bringing the pain home every day, every day. Congratulations for you. Doing it wrong. I'm just having fun. You want to have fun? Thank you for the roses. I love that. All right, Christy's great. Kim's great. All right, Eva, Mindy, and Jay. Wow, we get to play the day. I don't get it. See, you watch all these silly things, and I'm kind of silly and fun too, but the reality is, I got everything I want. I have everything I want. Everything. Everything. I don't have to want anything. I don't have to do a damn thing. I get bored. If you have 21 cars in your car collection, you're worth 3.7 billion in structure. What would you do? If you're a nice person, you'd help more people. If you're a jerk, you're a bigger jerk. Are you the jerk or are you the nice person? Time, money, and credit. Damn. Time, money, and credit. 40 years, 50 years. Damn. 50 years dedicating myself to help people who don't appreciate it or don't deserve it all. Some of you do, the rest of you, half of you are freaking lazy anyway. So sorry, you're lazy. If you're lazy, go away. If you're lazy, go away. If you're not, you want to go get it, listen and learn. Time and money and credit. Time, money, credit. Time, money, credit. God, family, money. God, family, money. You see, the things that I create that God gives me these visions as a kid, I just put them out there in front of you and get you to see, maybe you'll pay attention today. God is first, it has to be God, because look at all this. He saved my life so many times, it's ridiculous. I remember in the sixth grade, I worked for TG&Y. It's a store. You ever heard of that? Like 99-cent store? You know what's really weird? I got to stay after school that day to help the teacher. If you look on Torrance Boulevard in 1973, the store I worked at, I was a stock boy. They tied everybody up and cut their throats and killed them all. If I didn't work late that or go to school late, help the teacher, I'd be not here. See, God saved my life so many times, it's crazy. Why? Why? I've been shot, I've been knifed. Why? I don't know. So, this is fun stuff. It's not it's educational content only, not legal, tax, or financial advice. Results may vary because you might be lazy. If you're lazy, you're not going to make it work. I mean, any silly person can literally turn around today. You can follow me on TikTok, 30 or 23 weeks having fun, just seeing what it's going to do if I want to keep doing it. See, I write checks for millions of dollars, millions and millions. I'm thanks to on Sirius Radio, TV, and all kinds of stuff. You don't even know who the hell I am. You got to get to know me. I'm Ray Reynolds, the Godfather of Credit. I got the nickname years ago. I built 60 billion for my clients. 60 billion in credit and funding. It's good. So you can basically subscribe. You can click the link below. You can follow, and learn from me 6 days a week in classes on Saturday too. Isn't that fun? You see, I had to learn all the language here. Click the link below. Okay. You see, this is the mouse pad I showed you a minute ago. Would you like one? Would you like a mouse pad? Would you like a white one, blue, or red? Red, white, blue. Got it? So if we play the game to win, if you wanted to, but it's up to you. You could play with me today and we could have some fun. You take your LLC, not the one in Wyoming, because it's not going to be anything. You wasted your money on that. Wyoming. What the hell's in Wyoming? Okay, you wasted your money. You're not in Wyoming. If you're in Wyoming, do it in Wyoming, okay? But 99% of you not in Wyoming. Take your LLC, set up the 18 divisions, and let's go get $1 million credit. $1 million. There's three. 3 million. Okay, what do we do? Come on. Let's play. Borrowed money's not taxable. Write it down. Borrowed money's not taxable. Write it down. Borrow money, what? Is not taxable. Corporate credits are write-off. Corporate credits are write-off. It's write-off. It's write-off. Corporations receive money. They don't pay tax till they're profitable. You get to pay tax the moment you get a paycheck. Congratulations for being you. They tax your paycheck. You got the leftover. Then that suck. Here's 300,000 of Chase cards. They're 50,000 each. It's like my client yesterday who's got an ITIN. He's already got all the cards he's building up and away because there's 11 accounts to do that under ITIN or SSN or SS4. Wow. So if we take credit, we could finance the American dream. But unfortunately, 90% of you screwed up your credit anyway. Why did you do that? Why would anybody screw up their credit? I don't get it. Why would anybody screw up their credit? So let's write down the phone number so you can call the office later today. It's only what is it? 3:55. 3:55 in the morning. And you can't write up the Rolex or the haircut or the chef at home or the wedding. Carlton Dennis, I've never heard someone dumb in my life. What can I say? So let's understand. Today I want you to get the free books. I've written 67 books. Get some free. What the hell of it? Why not? Free, free, free. I like free. You see, if you want to change your life today, your LLC has 18 divisions. Today, not next week. Your C corp 18 divisions. Your S corp 18 divisions. Your basically LLP, nonprofit or PC. There's only 6 categories anyway. Has 18 divisions. If you get winning the game of business and credit, it's simple. In the book, you're going to find some of my car collection. The Lamborghinis. I bought my first Lamborghini on an auction. Did you know I was 14 and a half with $1 million in the bank? I invented Car Finder. They gave me a check for $1 million. They gave me a percentage of something called royalty forever. Did you know Car Finder became the concept behind GPS? Isn't that fun? You know what it's like making millions and billions? No, but I do. I do. Maybe you'll listen and learn. I don't know. I hope so. I pray to God today you listen and learn. I really do. Because I'm having fun. So what do? Let's understand something. If today, we did it my way, what is my way? You have to understand what my way is very simple. We're going to break this down. Pay attention very carefully. First of all, you put yourself in a wrapper rescore. A wrapper rescore. A wrapper rescore blocks your crappy credit, pushes your scores up, and lets you get debt to ratio. And when you get a credit line or another card to reduce your debt to ratio. In 1977, I'm the one who set up the system trading Yarborough. Every card has a fluctuation rule. Every card should have 29% utilization only. 30 is yellow, 50 is red. I wrote that in 77. Then I came up with Rapid Rescore. I'm the consultant for TRW in Ken Yarborough. Did you know I came up with Rapid Rescore? It blocks your crap, pushes your score up, you get more green lights, and you get a card to reduce your debt to ratio. All right, these don't fluctuate. See, this is your problem. You jacked up the wrong damn card. That's why you have shitty credit. Can I say that without getting in trouble? Okay. So your credit is bad or utilization sucks. How do you reduce it? You do a rapid rescore. Rapid rescore. You see, these don't fluctuate. These are unlimited to $1 million. They don't fluctuate. So since you jacked up the wrong card, 90% of you, and your score is going, reduce your debt to ratio to 29%. You make an extra payment on a weekly base. And what do you have to do? Literally get it to 10% as an average so the bank makes a little money. So they don't basically call it basically they're going to shrink your limit to close your card. Kind of sucks. Here's 100,000. See, I believe you need 100,000 of personal credit. Okay, because we all have a bad day. Your bad day, what does it look like? I look my job. What am I gonna do? Increase all your credit limits before you back yourself in a corner. And then what do you do? All right, which card? My wife's card is my card. It's simple. We maintain an 846. It's boring as hell. We're CFOs for corporations and we're running millions and billions of dollars for the hell of it. For the hell of it. Why not? Having fun. See, we don't bring the pain home like you. You bring the pain home because you allow yourself to be the duck and the sheep. When they sue you, you have to duck. And then you have to go, I'm a sheep, I'm a duck. Kind of sucks. So if you had 100,000 in credit and you backed yourself in a corner, what would you do? Use the right card. You realize that these don't fluctuate. I can max these out to $1 million, and my credit score will never drop below 750. You didn't have the discipline, you didn't have the rules and tools. The rules and tools are pretty simple. I set them up. Isn't this fun? I set them up. I can have fun. So understand today. Let's do this. My magic one is bent broken. If you hire a credit repair company, good luck. Credit repair is a fraud, but it's okay. They indicted Daniel, the credit repair cloud. Okay, $3 million fine. They're going to put his butt in prison the rest of his life. Hopefully, they don't do that. But look at the HR 999 Come on. The Fair Credit Reporting Act says a credit repair company must be licensed and bonded, be registered with the Attorney General's office, collect no money up front, and have a 501c3, and then collect no money up front. It's five you do credit repair. Wait till they knock on your door. They're gonna come get you. Green Acres. You remember that as a kid? Maybe you don't. Oh well, I do. Okay. Now here's what I'd like you to do. Let's take your utility bills and your credit cards, okay? And let's go automatic payment. Let's go paperless, okay? On the credit cards, you're going to do fast pay, quick pay. I wrote this for TRW, became a spirit in 96. It's called fast pay, quick pay. What do we need to do? You're going to opt out. So you're going to call the phone number later today because I'm going to help you get $1 million of credit. Would you like $1 million of credit? Yes or no? Who would like $1 million of credit? Come on. Would you like it? Now, here's my mother in law's card. Isn't this fun? All right, her name is Floor. Floor. I got her some credit to get her some more. She's Colombian. She's in Colombia right now. This scared the hell out of him. Every one of these cards is $100,000. 100,000. You like $1 million? Okay, let's play. All right. So she came. I brought her to the States for my wife because she wanted to see her mommy from Colombia, and I got her credit. I got her, did this the right way and everything else. I got her a card and I spent $5,000. She, stop. I said, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. See, I said, I'll cover it. It's not a problem. I wanted to help her get her house in Colombia. All right. Did you know $5,000 on this card is $50 a month? Do you know you piss that away every other day? She goes, I can afford that. So here's her for 300,000 of credit from Colombia. Simple. You have the two for personal. We have the business card. Hell, why not? Right there, right here. So here's 300,000 for my mother-in-law in Colombia. See, my wife gets to basically enjoy life because guess what? She's my queen and I'm the king. I brought my first $1 million in. I was 15 years old. What the hell did you do? Woo! So let's understand time, money, and credit. I'm going to say it 10 times today. Time, money, and credit. You're getting older, slower. You're not as pretty as you used to be. That's just the way it is. Sorry. We're getting older, slower. We're not as pretty as you used to be. You had more hair. My son goes, where'd your hair go, Daddy? You drove me crazy. Okay. God, family, money. God, family, money. God is always first. Family, my wife and I became one 21 years ago. Okay. Then it's money. I don't love money. I'm just good at making billions of dollars. Okay. So I get to help people and to get you to do the same thing if you want. But I don't see billionaires here. I see millionaires, but not you, the corporation. So again, would you like $1 million of money or credit? Time, money, and credit. Today's the last day of April. Tomorrow, May 1st starts. What happens May 1st? What happens May 1st? Come on. What happens May 1st? See, this is how I think, and I want you to think a little like me. My clients used to always say one thing: let's ask Ray, let's ask Ray, let's ask Ray. Okay, bills. Okay, well, number one, bills, no. We're going to understand something. Tomorrow is number one, it's the 1st of May. We're in the second quarter. That will be your second month. It's countdown time. Money, credit, all right, simple. Structure, bills, finance, and dream. Money, credit, and time. Now, I'm up every day at 1:15 in the morning. Right now, your times are you're probably maybe 6, 8, 9, whatever time you have. I have 4:02 here. Okay, 4:02 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I've been up since 1:15, ready to go. Yeah. Here's you go. Oh, I need my coffee. Knock off the crap. Get rid of the drama. I need my coffee. It's like the silly people say, Lee, it's hump day. Losers say, thank God it's hump day. Losers say again, thank God it's Friday. You're not a loser. We don't care what day it is, as long as God gave us breath. That's the go. That's the go. That's the go. Now, what should our goal be? First of all, every one of you need to be in a rapid score. When I created Rapid Score in 1978, we have problems in escrows because people basically under the Federal Lending Act were losing their deposits trying to buy a house. This is 1977 and 78. So we created Rapid Rescore. What did it do? It blocked crap, push scores up, and let them in an escrow reduce their debt to ratio. They get a better interest rate. See, what happens right now, you need to get your debt to ratio down under 29%, so it's in green. Eventually, 10% is an average balance, so you want more credit from the corporation to give it to you. So, rapid rescore. So, in a couple hours, call the office and say, I need a rapid rescore. Ray Reynolds told me to. 800-254-9506. It's right there. So, if you had a rapid rescore, what do we do? It'll block your crap, push your scores up, reduce your debt to ratio, get you a card or a loan, and pay down your debt to ratio to 29%. This one, listen carefully. It'll shoot your score to 750. Who wants a 750 score? 750. Now you become a CFO of the corporation. It doesn't matter how bad your credit is. No matter if you screwed up. It shoots everybody to 750. It's not hard to do. Now, later on, you might want to you and I on the phone for about 2 hours. Yeah, about an hour. So this means you and I on the phone for an hour with your partner of life. You and your partner of life with me for an hour. What does that mean? Because every one of you are entitled to a 750 score. It's structure, finance, and dream. It always has been structure, finance, dream. So if you wanted, you could get an hour of me with your partner of life, and we call it a blueprint call. I'm going to restructure you my way. I'm going to look at your past, your present, and your future. I'm going to build my way. Thank you for the hearts and joining the fan club. Simple. See, my little kids were out at all the stationery stores in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, it's called corporate secretary. All these little kids. Wow. On Mondays, I do a Zell. I say about Zoom. I do a Zoom at 4:30 for the fun of it. There get these people want to get in coach, all these other stuff. So we get to play in that too. I'm online 6 days a week, okay? So we get to play the game. What is the game today? Understand something. Everyone has a story. Nobody cared. Nobody cares about your story. I'm sorry to say I don't think they care at all. I'm born in a taxi, stuck in a car in a garbage can outside the hospital. Then I get to be the she devil from hell, Mrs. Hope. The devil's wife. The devil's wife, Mrs. Hope. So what happens? I moved 24 times by the time I'm 11 years old with a lot of crappy people. All I saw on TV was mommy and daddies. I didn't get one of those. You got one? Fantastic. Cherish it because I didn't get one. You know what happened? I got shot the first time in the back with an assault rifle, riding my mini bike in the field. He was going to shoot the other kids that were tearing up his field. He shot me by mistake. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know what it's like being shot in the back with a shotgun with salt pebbles? It burns like a son of a biscuit. When I'm in the sun without my t-shirt or shirt on, you show all these dots on my back. Ah, kind of sucks. Did you know I've been knifed? I went to school in Watts Torrance in Long Beach too. Doesn't that suck? See, you have excuses. I've died in a coma. I've been in a coma when I was 7. This is crazy crap. So guess what? There's me worth $3.7 billion in a damn coma in 2009. Doesn't that suck? My tax attorney, one of those son of a biscuits, sold my 3.7 billion. That's not nice. It's not nice at all. When I first came, I was 7. Okay, what do we do? So that picture there, I'm dead. The hospital takes the picture. Understand? When you die, the time of death is for the state and federal government. It's for the state and federal government. So it's for. I don't do anything else. The time of death. So that's the time they make sure that no one changes your assets and your goodies. The government wants to see you coming and going. Let's write down SS5. SS5. Come on. Let's understand what your problem is today is you. Okay? You have an SS5. You can replace yourself, stop bringing the damn pain home today, and create $100,000 income per month. Who wants 100,000 a month? Who wants 100,000 a month? It's very simple. Who wants 100,000 a month? You don't want it? Okay, we'll go to something else. Well, you should have said yes. You didn't say yes. So the hell with it. So if we want to replace ourselves, stop bringing the pain home because you do that every day. Oh, now you say I do. I bill 100,000 a month. Now, in 2006, 7, 8, 9, I was doing $1 million a day. A day. 50 million plus a month. Yeah, that's fun. But it wasn't me, corporation. I don't have any money. I'm broke. Yeah, isn't that a joke? Auto income. Huh. So you have an SS5 form that you gave permission to the IRS to take your tax on your paycheck. You or mommy did. One of you did. One of you are guilty. So if you want 100,000 a month, you need structure, finance, and dream. Structure, finance, and dream. Your LLC needs 18 divisions. Your LLP 18 divisions. Your C corp, S corp, nonprofit, PC 6 categories. They need what? 18 divisions. A division under the corporation allows you a different credit file. It allows you to try. And if you screw it up, get another one, another one, again and again. You watch your banks file bankruptcy in front of you. You didn't do a damn thing to figure it out. Why not? Grocery stores do it. The United States of America Incorporated, 50 corporations. Every state's a corporation. Or the state has cities. They're corporations too. Maybe that's why they created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy for the city to bankrupt the dead state and business in front of you. Your problem, you don't pay attention. You've had the same rerun most of your life for the last 5 years. You've done the same thing again and again. You're trying to survive, honey. Stop it. Okay. The day you get off your ass ets and get 18 divisions, and the day you begin your future and quit bringing the damn pain home. You bring the pain home because you don't know what the hell you do. I'm sorry to say it's true. Isn't it terrible? I just called you out. Wow. Why not? I don't get it. All right, I look in my closet. I pick up the next suit, put the last suit in yesterday. No problem. Shirt goes into the laundry, get a new shirt. And then I figure out, okay, every Rolex matches my shirts. It matches the car I'm driving today, too. Did you know the car I drove today doesn't belong to me? It belongs to a division. See, if you'd actually do your connection of your damn dots, SS5, it's in the link, so you learn that as well. SS5, it's in the link, it's in the link. Check it out. You signed it or mommy did. Fantastic. And then the IRS gives you an SSN. And then you get a 1040 tax return. And then you get to 1040. See, your paycheck is taxed before you get the leftover. I don't get it. Why didn't you learn this? Why don't they teach you in real school, Ryan? When I went to school. What a joke. Buys my books. He's the coach. No, he's not a coach. He didn't know what the hell he's doing. Blah, 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 blah. So 1040. So let's connect your dots. Is that okay? We connect your dots today? Our goal would be that you understand an SS5 is IRS, SSN, and 1040. And your paycheck is taxed the moment you get your tax. What's a division? Well, I'll explain it to you if you pay attention. We'll start going all the way home. So guess what? Every branch number has a separate tax ID. It's a corporation, a corporation. Okay. So the corporation will incorporate. Banks bankrupt 22,000 locations last year. 22,000. They took the assets of the parent company. They did tax balancing in front of you, and you didn't pay attention to how it works. I don't understand. So if you had this structure correctly, okay? What does this mean? Today, you're going to take, and let's write it down on your piece of paper. You're going to take your corporation or your LLC, and you're going to play my way. I don't like your way. See, I want you to have my way because it makes more sense as we play. Now, here's your future. Take a picture. I want every one of you to focus right now, right now. Let's be serious for a minute because I'm just having fun with you today. Okay. So let's think. If I have $100,000 to play right there, 100,000, all right, and I have nine divisions, I take that and I daisy chain it 9 times. What does that mean? Every division can have a card. These all say Reynolds University to prove they're my cards. Got it right here? Wee, wee, all the way home. So if I have three of these, that's 300,000 of credit. Got it so far? We can add, right? We have a calculator or a piece of paper and a pen. 300,000. Sorry, I just want to have some fun with you. 300,000 allows me to create $30,000 a month income. 30,000 to the corporation, not you, not you, to the corporation. 30,000. If I have 6 cards, that's 600,000. That's 60,000 a month. If I have 9 cards, that's 900,000, and that's 100,000 a month. So numbers have never lied to me. Only people do. Half of you are lazy. Sorry to say, but it's true. All right. Part of you lie every way you go. You try to rip off your creditors. You're damn crooks. Some of you, not all of you. And the reality is, you have to realize, quit scrolling, go wee 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 all the way home. There's his bonus cards. So if we had an American Express card today, you're entitled to a blueprint loan. What's it called again? A blueprint loan. Would you like $1 million? $1 million, okay? You see, the reality is you'll scroll through the internet and go, wee, 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 all the way home. And someday when you get off your butt and you pay attention and you want the American dream, you go right back to Ray Reynolds, the Godfather of credit, who's incorporated 3 presidents of the United States of America, the largest registered agent in the world, and the number one consultant worldwide, and even sets up corporations for Clippers, Dodgers, and Angels. By the way, that's me. So maybe today I can get you to listen and learn. Now, I want you to write down checkbook money. I want you to write down checkbook money. That's what your goal is. Checkbook money, 100,000. So let's do this. Bank of America, these are one check, 150s each. It's a checkbook, it's a debit card. Now, Bank of America will take one corporation and allow you to add your 18 divisions to the same bank account. Bank of America will give you up to 150 per division. So in my hand is $2.7 million of credit. Again, what would you do with 2.7 million? We already went through this with a lot of you. So again, if I do this at Chase, here's 3 Chase 150s. Here's Wells Fargo's, 3 of those, and 3 of these is Wells Fargo or U.S. Bank and Wells Fargo. So if I look at primary, the 4 banks to get 50 to 150, that's a line of credit. Write down line of credit, and you'd write a check. You'd write a check to get one of these. Okay. So if we take today, let's understand basic, not common sense. Common sense will sell it in a bottle. We probably should. So what happens? So if you took a picture of this today, I wrote the original book about laundromats 47 years ago, okay? 47 years ago. Okay, so here's laundromats. I wrote the book on car washes, dry cleaning. Okay, I wrote the book on all these things here. I didn't write the book about this until recently, about 6 years ago. So, the storage unit. About my first one years ago, my monthly income was 17,350. Is that a good monthly income? But I didn't receive the money. The money went to the corporation. Corporation manages the entities, and it's 18 divisions minimum. That's what you have to look at. 18 divisions create 100,000 a month. Would you like 100,000 a month income? Yes or no to the corporation or your LLC? See, your goal today is to understand. Would you like $100,000 a month? It's not hard to understand this because that actually gets an income to the corporation. No taxes due till you're profitable. You get to get a paycheck now, a paycheck. So that paycheck is taxed, but the reality is you get the leftover after they tax you. And if you know how to do what you're supposed to do, you're recycling your paycheck back in your pocket. It's called tax balancing. So if we were to listen and learn very simple today, we wanted to play the game, do you want $1 million of credit? What would you do with the credit then? I would tell you to basically take that and do Bitcoin. I was going to do a blueprint, but some of you are just going, you're not excited enough. So what do? Bitcoin. Hmm. I buy it as a division. If I fluctuate up or down, I get to write it off either way. Gold, silver, stock trading, storage unit, Wendy's, Jack in the Box, or a car wash, apartment complex. So today, if you paid attention enough time, you could change your life if you wanted to. But I can't force you to do this. Again, today's your last day of the month. Your last day. You take your LLC, you take your S Corp or C Corp, and you have 18 divisions. 18 divisions create an income and finance a dream. If we create 350,000 right here, these are chase cards. No interest rate. Oh, you have to what? 22 months. If we take the American Express cards, they entitle me to a blueprint loan right here for 250. I can take that money to finance the dream, finance what I'm trying to do. It's called a line of defense. You wrote it down. Thank you for doing that. Line of defense, line of defense. See, we have a problem. Everyone goes through hell. Everybody goes through crap. The world knocks you down. You get more bad luck because you ripped off your creditors or you basically what? Screwed up things. I mean, the person that literally does one thing, okay, and they bitch and complain, they're not nice people. They wonder why God doesn't open the doors because they're jerks. Jerks get flat tires and run out of gas all the time. You're not a jerk. You're a good person. So what do? Let's repackage you. Understand, these are 150s. So if I got checkbook money of 150 or a blueprint loan for 250, will that give me the money to get the honey? The honey's the dream, the goal. The dream, the goal. So understand, if today we basically did some common sense, all right, we're going to sell a bottle of water today with common sense. Let's sell it for $1 million, okay? Let's play a little bit and have some fun. So what do we need to do? Simple. If today we will write to the right board and have some fun, the goal is very simple. What are we going to do? We're going to play my way a little bit because I don't like your way. That means very simple. You have an LLC, fantastic. There are 9 categories of LLC. Okay? It is a limited liability company fed off sole proprietor. So the sole proprietor one day, basically because they want to get a tax ID for that and not pay tax. Understand? If you have this structure, you don't pay tax till you're profitable. That's how they structured it in the first place. So proprietor pays tax, that's at 15.3% tax. So again, because the sole proprietor became an LLC, what happens? Very simple. It has a 15.3% employment tax. So let's write down 15.3. This is an unemployment tax. So what happens? You have all these ding dongs out there. This is tax, 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 everything else you do. You got all these silly people going, let's have your spouse work here. Let's pull a draw. Let's have your dogs, your cat, and your fish work here too. So again, they're trying to avoid this, which makes no sense. Why would you avoid doing tax avoidance? Is actually tax fraud, tax balancing. It is not, in my opinion. Why would you worry about that? Now, let's say you have your C corp. Okay, you have your S corp. No problem. Over here, we're going to write down tax ID. Tax ID. Okay. So here's a tax ID. Here's an EIN. EIN, okay? All right, I, that's allows EIN. Okay, and S is for, S is for, okay? So here we have these categories, and by the way, they all equal the same one, so it's under the same thing. This is all the same. Okay, they try to confuse you. It's like way over here for you. You have an SS5 form, SS5 that equals SSN. SSN equals here 1040 tax return. Your paycheck is taxed the moment you get your paycheck. You have to decide a couple of things, okay? How much money do you need to break even and pay your bills? There's your go. There's your go. There's your go. How much money do we need to break even? So basically, what do you understand something? The basically here we have a corporation or we have our 18 divisions. So if I have an LLC with 18 divisions, I have basically lines of credit and I can go get 100,000 a month. Now I might have a C corp doing the same thing or an S corp. Very simple. So every one of these entity, it will have its own tax ID. It's called a division process, what I developed in 1984. Division process. This becomes a line of defense, a line of defense. If I have 18 of these, this equals 100,000 a month income to the corporation. So I get a paycheck over here, and I just want a paycheck that's going to be what's called I have to have reasonable compensation. When you start having a management company here, management, that's a line of defense. Your LLC here will become an S corp. Use LLC is double tax, it'll be an S corp as well, in my opinion. I'm not here to be a steeped attorney, but the reality is very simple. If there was an S corporation, you file a tax return with you and your family, and you get to offset taxes up to 3 to 5 million anyway. That's what you should do. Now, I don't want an S corp in the beginning because I don't want to tell the IRS I own something. It makes no sense. I haven't made any money yet. So the C corp stays the C, and the LLC stays LLC. What happens if one of these had a house here, all right, or we had a house here, the LLC, okay? If somebody sued this house, they slip and fell, they sue this, they would sue you. The problem is all of a sudden they got the asset, the LLC, and you're gonna go bye bye. Well, the problem is you signed the loan, okay? You signed the loan to get that asset. So that'll force you into bankruptcy for you and your spouse. You just brought the pain home. That makes no sense. If that house was under the what? Division of a corporation, line of defense, if it's screwed up, I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate. I could actually write down on plan, I can sacrifice a division, not corporate family. Just write down. I'm willing to sacrifice a division, not the corporate my family. That's what you should think about. But it's up to you as well. But again, what do? Unfortunately, you sacrifice you all the time. That kind of sucks. Okay. You watch banks do this stuff. I don't get it. You watch banks do this as well, and that's what happened with all of you. In other words, banks, okay, last year, bankrupt 22,000 locations. If the bank bankrupt 22,000 locations, what happened? I don't think you paid attention, and that's the problem. You didn't pay attention about that and what happens all the time. So let's understand what happens, okay? If we take the banks, for instance, banks of last year, they bankrupt 22,000 locations. Here's banks. Let's write down banks, okay? 22,000 locations went bankrupt. They bankrupt them on purpose to get rid of the location because they signed a lease. They signed a 100-year lease. This is a line of defense for banks. Banks are trying to do what's called tax balancing. Tax balancing, that's very simple. Okay? So what they're trying to do is the same thing you should be doing with yourself as well. We have tax balancing. Okay? Here we have the IRS on this side. IRS, the bullies and the liars, in my opinion. And here you have your banks. Your banks are doing tax balancing because they wrote it all off. They bankrupt locations called branch numbers because they have separate tax IDs. They filed a bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act because they're allowed to, not here to be safe an attorney as well. But here, if you file bankruptcy of you and your family, you just destroyed you and your family. See, you have one problem. Okay, you don't realize you have an SS5. You only have one of these. The IRS has this form on file. It got you this. It makes you do this. You get to pay tax on all your money. You get the leftover. You never connected your dots. You should have connected your dots in the first place. I'm sorry, you didn't do that. You never connected your dots because unfortunately, all right, you're so busy not listening and learning. What happens? You get stuck and you bring the damn pain home. I don't understand. Why would anybody bring the pain home when you don't have to? All right, it's very simple. What I structured here is 18 divisions, all right, 9 lines of credit, 100,000. And every one of these get to do what? Build 100,000 of credit. So every 100,000. If I just take the American Express card, just one damn card. Now there's 10 cards that could create 10 million, but again, I want you to pass go. This is finding peace through auto income. Never bring the pain home. Okay, 100,000 to 1 million monthly income to the corporation. It's financial freedom. It's true financial freedom. Taxes offset everything else. Borrow money not taxable. So I don't understand why you do it your way because I don't like your way. I'm sorry. I think your way sucks. See, the reality today, every man here, you brought the pain home 10 times because you ran out of money. It didn't work for you. Sorry. Thank you for joining the fan club. It did not work. Did not work. What does this mean? It's like anything else today. Let's understand some of these choices. Okay, as we go through wow, all these comments. I can't get to all of them. Sorry. I wish I could. I can't. But it's not possible. But I have a team that's gonna, if you DM us or you leave a comment, they're gonna respond back to every one of you. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Reynolds. Good morning back, Marty. How you doing? As we do this, is put it in escrow. Ken want to put it all in escrow? No, we don't put it on escrow. We do corp division, we leverage money first, then we use the borrow money to escrows. Borrow money is not taxable. See, Kim, when you take the money and you spend the money, you're out of money. Every one of these men here or women, they spend money, they're out of money, they're broke. They ran out of money because there's never enough money. If I leverage money into credit and finance the dream, I offset the taxes at the same time. So when I leverage that money 3 times 5, I'm using borrow money to get into an escrow. Borrow money pays it back as borrow money. So if we play with borrow money, we never pay tax because we keep leveraging the money. How do I get a blueprint? Call the office. All right, 800-254-9506. I mean, how hard is it to make a phone call? But call the office in a couple hours. It's only 4:26 in the morning here. I'm just having fun, okay? Awesome. Well, the rallies are let me guess to go. Oh, whatever the hell that meant. Okay, this is some Rockman Inc. Whatever. All right, they blah 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 person. There's always blah, 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 no matter what we do. Nonprofit in a few divisions, credit score in the low 700s, working on my utilization. Well, this is Kenny Wright. Make sure you have the LLC at the same time. Let's understand something. You don't want to have everything under nonprofit. Okay? Nonprofit does not give you everything you want, it's grant money. You can never take a nonprofit and call it profit. Okay? So you could do $100 million in nonprofit, get a paycheck. If that's what your goal is, then do that. But I believe you want more. See, 90% of you are good people. After you have some fun here, you're good people. What does that mean? If you had money today, you'd help more people. That's what I do it. Okay. So again, I appreciate you. Okay, I appreciate learning. Well, there, Alex, thank you. Okay, I appreciate your being here. This is fun stuff. But the goal should be the dream. What is the dream? Let's take care of our family. See, the first thing you have to realize is structure. All I know today is my wife is my queen. I don't bring the pain home like you. I will not do that. I refuse to. Again, I know how to do it right because I help set up the credit system behind the scenes. All right, rapid rescore, no problem. Push your scores up. What do you debt to ratio 29%? What do we do? Maintain 10% and maintain score. We know we can get more. We don't jack up cars because what do? They fluctuate. These don't fluctuate. So what do? This $100,000 builds our credit up and away, and we don't bring the pain home. Every one of you are great people, okay? Because you're here. God put you here today. Let's focus on financing the dream. You're a good person. What does that mean as a good person? Your problem is you're frustrated. You're all frustrated. You're all stressed out at times, and you're wondering, how do I get this done? How do I get it done? How do I build this right? Maybe your credit score is good until it's bad. Good till it's bad. What does this mean? Blank happens to all of us. So today, if we basically focus on the LLC, because you have one, most of you do, or Wyoming, be careful. They announced they're going to audit your LLC and you. Be careful with that. So what do we need to do? We take a corporation or LLC, whatever type you have, and we focus on 18 divisions. 18 divisions give us the ability to create $100,000 a month. Would you like 100,000 a month coming into your corporation and you get a paycheck and everything's taken care of in your family? It's simple. And then you feel okay. You feel okay. What does this mean? At the end of the day, Every one of you want the American dream. What the American dream should be is structured finance and dream. Structured finance and what does this mean? If I have an LLC, I need 18 divisions. I have no choice. A division gives me a line of defense. A division gives me a line of what defense? A division allows me to build more credit to finance the dream. Okay? To finance the dream. Borrow money is not taxable. So if we basically borrow money and build the dream, we can focus on what needs to be done. The blueprint here. This is your life in the future. Okay? That means today, you should set up 18 divisions today, not next week. The problem is most of you started to say you're a procrastinator. You put it off. There's no reason to. You have bad credit. It has to be rebuilt. Okay. It's very simple. If you have bad credit, you need to rebuild your credit. I tell you, don't hire credit repair, but that's just my opinion because they're a fraud. What happens? What do? You get the books on the in the link for free. Here's free. Every one of you can download the Winning the Credit game. It's in the link below. Every one of you can look in that book and you can literally find part of my Lamborghini collection. I'm the guy that's not full of crap. How's that? I watch all this blah, 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 and they don't want to help you. If you buy my book, I'm going to read it to you. If you get my book for free, I'm going to read it to you. I need you to understand. I'm going to read it to you. I need you to understand something. I'm responsible for you if you take any of my products that I do. I have to make sure you understand. I want to make sure you don't screw up my program. Okay. So you have a choice today. It's very simple if we play this game to win. We want to win the game of business, and that's the goal as we play this game to win every step of the way. So what do you get to do is to have some fun. Fun is very simple as we do this process. So again, what do we have to do? Winning the Credit Game is a great book for you, but also starting out right for the kids. Starting out right for the kids is very important to me. And what happened in business for me for years and years, I got to be the consultant for TRW. Now, Ken Yarbrough was the security chief at TRW. Okay. I'm his trainer. We wrote a book together in 87 called New File. I didn't like it. He wanted to call it file segregation. When we got done with the book, it scared me. Okay. What scared me is very simple. This allows someone to set up a new file like witness protection, and then you can rip off your creditor. I don't want you to rip off your creditor. Is that okay? Now, my books back then, you'd see me. I hold the record for the highest kick, fastest kick on planet Earth, 13 feet. Now, I learned one thing is discipline. Okay. I'm very disciplined. I multitask everything I do. So, what do you look? Here's one of the cars in the car collection, one of the mansions, one of the yachts. Why not? So I don't know where you park your yacht. The reality is going to be up to you as you do this correctly. It's very simple. We want to win the game of business. I want you to focus on winning the game of business. Now, when I wrote basically winning the credit game, I made it a red book because I felt your credit's on fire, fire. Okay. From there, I turned it into a chess game. Chess game. That's what it is. For me, I became a chess master at 13. I have an IQ off the chart. I have three cardinal sayings, and I write with both hands and talk at the same time, and I rhyme all the time, and I stutter once in a while too. If you can deal with that, you can deal with me. Okay. So again, I've been online or in person for basically 50 years, helping people 6 days a week. Okay, as we play this game, and that's the goal. So basically, what we have to think about today. If we put our credit back on track, your goal is simple: understand utilization. 77, it was oldest card fluctuation, 29% rule. This is 100,000 right here in my hand. I don't want you jacking up credit ever again. These cards do not fluctuate, these do. All the cards you have in your pocket, purse, or wallet fluctuates. That's why you need the sticky in the back of the card. We dummy proof this. You need a 29% utilization is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. What do we have to do? Understand something. Sticky time. These don't fluctuate. So if we put this together today for the family, it is God, family, money. Husband and wife became one. I became one with my beautiful wife 21 years ago. I have 6 kids, 5 girls, and a boy. I don't bring the pain. I'm like you because I know what to do. You do not. I'm sorry to say, but it's true. Your fluctuation is yeah, all over the place. You don't have utilization right. You need to opt out and this call this phone number today. It is 888-567-8688. What does that do for you? I'd like you off the national mailing list. I'd like you off the dark web. You see, that number gets you opt out of the national mailing list. Opt out for 5 years. I would want to tell you to do 5 years. That's what I would say. But it's up to you again. Now, then I tell you to make your utility bills and your credit card payments. I make you paperless, automatic payment. Paperless. Why? I want you to make an extra payment. I wrote a program and I came up with a concept for Tier W, became a Sphere in 96. It was called Fast Pay, Quick Pay. Thank you for all the goodies, the cats and all the goodies. I'm learning all the stuff. Been only on TikTok for 23 weeks and I have almost 70,000 followers now. Okay, so what happens? If I want to basically do an extra payment weekly by weekly, I should. See, most of you started to say you waste 50 bucks every other day. You waste it. And that happens all the time. So if you're wasting $50 every other day, what happens for you is basically understanding how to play the game to win. So again, let's make an extra payment on our credit cards, okay? Just for the fun of it. Keep in mind, credit repairs are fraud. All right, get a copy of this. It's the HR 9991. They're going to be auditing and they're going to be doing a credit repair sweep. All right, they've announced they're going to go after every credit repair company that says they do credit repair. And what they're going to pretty well do what they did to Daniel on the credit repair cloud. They're going to indict you. And their fine's going to be up to minimum is 3 million bucks. So when they indict the credit repair people trying to rip off creditors, see, if you don't pay your bill, you're a crook. I'm sorry. You owe the creditor, pay your damn bill, and negotiate the debt. Okay, if it's charged off, you bankrupt, there's a difference. But the HR 999 is going to explain it to you as well. Credit repair company is supposed to be what? Register the Attorney General's office. All right, not collect money up front at all. And basically bonded, licensed, and basically a nonprofit 501c3. That's credit repair, but they're not doing that. So today, I'd like to invite every one of you calling the office. I'd like you to talk to a specialist and talk about Rapper Rescore. A Rapper Rescore program does what we did in 1978. It blocks your crap, puts your scores up, gives you the chance to reduce your debt to ratio. Might need another card. You might need credit to basically reduce your debt on credit. Again, getting the 29% rule. If you would have known that basically in the beginning, because no one taught you rules and tools, you would have never brought the pain home in the first place. Unfortunately, you didn't. Don't know that because no one wanted to teach you how to play the game to win. So what do we do? So what do you do? Get the books for free. This one was written last year. It's called Starting Out Right. I wrote it for you and your kids. Okay, Starting Out Right. That's the book. This one here, we've updated all the time. It's free download. These are for you. I want you to change your life. If you allow me to help you, I'll do that with you and for you. So when I show you the next step, is simple. What we want to do is a rapid rescore. The next thing is I'd like to have a phone call with every one of you. I'd like for you and your partner on the phone for up to an hour. I'd like to blueprint you, past, present, and future. I'd like to build your goal list and your next steps. I'd like to be your next steps if you allow me to do that for you. Be in your next steps, I'm going to create $1 million of credit for you. I'm going to create $100,000 of income for every one of you if you allow me to do that. $100,000 of income. So again, when I show this basically here, that's the blueprint or call to call with me. When I show this to you, I want you to take a picture, all right, unless you want me to send you a mouse pad. These are mouse pads. I want you to focus every day in front of you. What is your goal? What is your dream? I'd like to get you $100,000 a month. That does that, but that's 18 divisions. See, numbers have never lied to me, only people do. People lie to me all the time. See, the buyer's a liar, the agent, the broker, the contractor, they're all full of hooey or crap as far as I'm concerned. Usually have these in white, red, white, or blue. Depends which one we have in stock. So if you put in the link below and you request one, we'll send it to you. But again, that's up to you again. How can I help you? But I need you to understand something today. Your goal should be getting that $100,000 a month income to the corporation, maybe LLC, C Corp, nonprofit. The goal is write it down. Let's write down that $1 million of credit. Write down 1 million. It's simple. It's right here in my hand. This is 1,000,003 right in my hand right here. Okay. So if I have $100,000 credit card right here in my hand, and I do this per division, I get to basically do a couple of things. I get to push the score up, and away, and that's what I need to do. Up, and away. And that's what the goal should be. If we push this up, away, we get to win the game. Or to me, I'm sorry, I call it a game, winning the game of business. To me, that's what I did as a kid. What did I do? Very simple. Winning the game of business allowed me flat out to create $1 million and multiply it into more companies and corporations and division process. I created division process literally in 1984. And that's basically $1 million of credit gives a foundation and dream. Every one of us can get the foundation and the dream to get past go. And that's what the ultimate goal is, getting past go. I think people are stuck. They get stuck because they do the same rerun every day. What we need to do is add our 18 divisions. 18 divisions are what we need to structure. So get out your tablet and pen. Who's got a tablet and pen? Who's got a tablet and pen? You have a tablet pen? Yes or no? I need to know. Do you have a tablet and pen? All right, so we can do a little blueprint, have some fun. Okay. Let's pretend, okay, got it. Okay, fun. So here, what do? We turn around today and we want to structure, okay? Structures, finance, and dream. What did I say? Structure, finance, and the dream. So what we have to do is understand a couple things today. If we have our LLC, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. There are 9 kinds, but the problem is, let's say the LLC has a piece of property. If the tenant slipped and fell, they would sue this, they would sue you. Because you signed for the loan, they're going to come get you and your spouse, and now you're forced into bankruptcy. Okay, I want you to structure on that. I want you to understand maybe you have a C corporation, maybe you have an S corp. All right. Bottom line, in all these entities here, no matter what we do, you want 18 divisions. 18 divisions. If we do this correctly, this is an SS4. This is a tax ID. Tax ID. All right, that's terrible. And what do we have? We have an EIN. Okay, EIN. So what happens is basically structured. Every division has the ability to have its own credit file. Every division gives me a line of defense. So basically, I want a line of defense because that's what I need. See, what I don't want to do is bring the pain home. So if I have my corporate structure and I have my 18 divisions, 18, like I said, here, it can be for here, here, or here, but it's on here. This becomes a management company. If that same house was under a division process, I'm separating liabilities. Every division carries a liability, like your banks and grocery stores do. So what happens if something went wrong and we're the piece, all right, I make sure I protect my assets. My division of me guaranteed the loan on the house, not me, the person. Because over here you have your SS what? SS5 equals SSN, and you have your 1040 tax return. You have to understand tax balancing. They tax your paycheck before you get your check because they're allowed to. They're allowed to tax your paycheck. And that's what happens all the time as we play this game to win. The goal is to win the game of business as we do this, okay? So if we structure correctly, the structure very simple as we play the game to win. Our goal is to understand a blueprint, and the structure would be this, having our 18 divisions. 18 divisions. Now I have to stop TikTok for a minute, and I'm going to come right back to TikTok in a second. So sorry, there's basically a glitch over here. So I'm going to stop and be right back. So please log back on, please. All right. We'll be back in about a minute. All right, YouTube. Sorry, we had a glitch over here on the TikTok. Gotta get that started again. So, all right, we get to go live once more time. That's what we get to do. All right, things are backwards. Guess what we're going to do is reverse that again. We're going to click that on that. No problem from there. All right, we're back on TikTok having some fun. So we had a glitch. Got to get past go and get this set up right away. The ultimate goal, hopefully people come right back what they did again a second ago. But again, what do we get to do? We're going to build the blueprint of success. The blueprint of success. Thank you, Kim, for coming back. All the people coming back right now. It's pretty good. Unfortunately, glitches happen all the time. So we get it past go. Now, thank you, Jay. All right, all we're going to do as well, and we understand how to play the game to win. All right, today is very simple. We have a problem today. It is the last day of the month. The last day of the month, and this is a concern for me because it's time, money, and credit. If we understand time, money, and credit, we get to build it up, and away. Thank you for basically following and sharing the love and all the pieces. I love that. TikTok's been exciting for me, and it's been yeah, a little bit in the beginning because, all right, I don't like some of the things that I hear, but it's okay. So if I can help you, the goal today, if I want to, if I can help you, please allow me to help you. I think what you need to focus is in that dream. In other words, finding peace of mind. Let's understand what this means: peace of mind. If your LLC had 18 divisions, you would create 100,000 a month. If your C corp had 18 divisions, you'd find 100,000 a month. Your S corp, your LLP, your LLC. All right, this is the structure. Structure builds finance and dream, and that's what you had to focus on today. Structure, finance, and dream. What happens today, we have the ability to structure correctly. A lot of you have LLCs. Okay, let's take the LLC in the state you have business. In other words, your LLC should be structured based on the state you live in. States do not want you to circumvent them in the first place. That's what happens. So if you have an LLC with 18 divisions, you will create 100,000 a month income. That's what the goal should be. The LLC, and in California, fantastic. But in California, charges a franchise tax fee, $800 plus the officers and everything. That's about $1,000. So understand, for every LLC you have in California, it's $1,000. So the main thing we want to do is understand in California, you don't want five LLCs. There's no reason for that. You want division process. So let's write down division process. Division process is what we have to focus on today. What happens in most people, they bring the pain home. Okay, because your structure, you're missing some pieces. Let's connect your dots. Okay, if I have my LLC, 18 divisions. If I have my LLP, C corp, nonprofit, PC, whatever I have, structure, finance, and dream. So again, this is a mouse pad. We'll send you one if you link below. The bottom line is that you're going to basically learn to play my way. I want you to structure today and think about 18 divisions in LLC, 18 divisions C corp, S corp, nonprofit, PC. Maybe it's an LLP. The goal is 18 divisions. You see, what happens with all of you have a problem. You bring the pain home because you're using your personal credit, not only to start the business, to run the business, and you kind of mess it all up. You commingle funds. It's just a mess. If we structure correctly today, our goal will be that the corporation gets 300,000 basically on chase cards per division. 300,000 right in my hand, 50,000 each per division. If I have 18 divisions, what's 18 times 300,000? Please write it up. Give me the total. What is 18 times 300,000? Please tell me that. Get out your calculator so I understand how to play the game and win. So 18 divisions. There are only 10 cards that I like. Okay. I'm an affiliate to 119 creditors. I don't like all of them. I only like 10 of them. So if I have 18 divisions and I have 300,000 on chase cards and I daisy chain it to each division, how much do I have? Okay, what do I got here? 1 foot on. I think it's supposed to be a million or something. Okay, so what is our goal? Let's understand something. If if it's numbers, we have to focus on numbers. You have a problem with your credit score, you jacked it up, or fluctuation rules or tools. We'll talk about that as well. If your future, let's write down future right now. Future is I want $100,000 a month. I want a paycheck to take care of my family. I want to make sure I'm not taxed everything I do. 5.4 million. There you go. Okay. So what do we have? If I do this, understand there's only 10 cards I like, 10 cards. If I get $300,000 per division, 18 divisions, so how am I doing? Now, if I take the American Express cards, the gold and the platinum cards, this is what we're going to look at. Every card they say it's a paid overtime limit of $100,000, 100,000. Okay, 100,000. If I have 18 divisions times 100,000, tell me my numbers, please. What is 18 divisions times 100,000? Okay. See, every division can have its own credit file. You personally have just, TransUnion, Spirit, and Equifax, you have one set of files, and sorry, you bring the pain home. So tell me basically 18 times 100,000, please. 18 times 100,000. Okay. All right. Again, what I have $100,000 of credit. It's $1,000,008. You're right. Okay. So if I have $1,000,000 of credit, can I finance the dream? It's simple. If I create the money, can I go get the honey? Can I get the item in an escrow? And that's what we got to think about. So every one of these divisions have the ability to create what? Income. Our goal is income based because that's what we need to basically get a paycheck and pay tax. We don't want to pay tax as much as we pay tax. Thank you. Yes, and yes, thanks for all the love. I appreciate you. Understand what this means. If I structure my LLC with 18 divisions, I can create a 100,000 of income to the corporation or LLC, C corp, S corp, nonprofit. If I create money to the LLC, I'm going to recommend you turn the LLC to an S corp, an S corp. The S corp has one single filing for you in the corporation. You don't have to worry about that 15.3% tax that an LLC has as sole proprietor. Again, you get past that. So again, what do we do? If we structure, this is the business I'd like you to think about today. I'd like you to think and take a picture here right now. I want you to load yourself with information so you can change your life. I'm online many times a day. Saturday, I have 5 to 6 classes every Saturday for the last 50 years. The goal is to help people step up and away. That's the goal. What is the goal of the dream? If I take every American Express card I have here, I'm entitled to a blueprint loan for $250,000. 250,000. So if I build credit, understand credit, finance, and dream. Please write down borrow money is not taxable. Borrow money is not what? Taxable. If we use corporate credit to finance the business, we're offsetting taxes. Offsetting taxes. Laundromat, that would be good. Okay. Understand, I wrote the first books on these things years ago. When I wrote the book on laundromats and car washes, all right, and basically dry cleaners, this was like almost 48 years ago. And that was important. This here. Let's think. Today, you drive by storage units everywhere you go. You should own one. You should own one as a division. So let's understand if you took your LLC, corporation, and whatever you have, 18 divisions, each division has its own credit file. If I have a storage unit, that's an income. If I have a charging station, it's an income. Laundromat, car wash, dry cleaning, fourplex, apartment complex, hotel to apartments, fast food, Wendy's or Jack in the Box, or gas station with a store. Each one of these businesses is an auto income. So I'd like you to write down auto income if you would please. If I create an income as a structure, financing the dream, can I get a paycheck? Can I get a paycheck? And that's the goal. Our goal should be God, family, money, God, family, money. That's what the goal should be. God is always first. Family, my wife and I became one 21 years ago. Then it's money. I don't love money, but I need money. So do you. If we structure, we can build the dream. If every American Express card can get 250, does that allow me to buy something in an escrow? The answer is yes. So if I have a division, I can put something in an escrow. For instance, if we use numbers, numbers never lied to me. Only thing lied to me is people. People lie all the time. Sorry to say, none of you, of course. So here's 25,000. If I took a check off checkbook money, let's write down checkbook money. You have three categories to get money to do this. It's very simple. Checkbook money, these are 150s, all right, if I'm a line of credit from the bank. If I wrote a check for 25,000 into an escrow, that's a laundromat, that's a car wash, that is a dry cleaners. Three people plus me. There's four people right here. After all the bills are paid, all the bills are paid. All right, they pay the payment on this as well. What happens is the leftover is about 3,200 a month. Numbers never lie to me. People do. So numbers never lie. Okay. So what do we do? If we took 50,000 into an escrow with four people again, our proceeds are about 5,600 a month. Make sense? If I took $75,000 into an escrow, it's $7,500 a month. Numbers never lie. People do. So what happens? If I get you $50,000, you're going to spend 25 in an escrow. If I get you 75, it'd be 50. 100,000, 75, or 150 is 100,000. So today, let's say you wanted to buy a Wendy's restaurant. A Wendy's restaurant. What would that do for you? Well, A, you can't afford the $1,000,000. There's your problem. You don't have the $1,000,000. What if we took 9 of you plus me? 9 of you plus me. I line up the Wendy's restaurant, and each one of our corporations or divisions write a check for $100,000. Is that the $1,000,000? So you understand something. What happens? It's group basically what you're going to do. Each of one of you would have a deed of trust for the Wendy's restaurant. That's an auto income of about 10,000 a month. Again, you're trying to get a corporation or an LLC with 18 divisions. 18 divisions, let's write it down. 18 divisions. A line of credit builds the structure and the drain. Borrow money's not taxable, so you get to offset the tax, and the credit you use is offset by the interest rate and the credit card anyway. So if we use borrow money, we could actually build the American dream. Does it make sense? Unfortunately, what most people do, they take from their families. Sorry, and that's what happens all the time. If we take this structure here, and I'm going to say structure builds finance and dream, that's the goal. Structure, finance, dream. Structure, finance, dream. So we look at where we want to go first. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Everyone has to look at that first. So we guess what? Right now you're having to say rerun every day. I'm sorry to say, but it's true. The rerun, I'm saying, sucks. What do? If we today understand how to do this correctly, what does this mean? We're building future. Okay, right now you're dealing with going in circles. Unfortunately, that's what most of you do all the time. Again, LLC. Okay, the LLC people have because the world told you to get an LLC. They told you to get LLCs. They talk about 3 or 5 of these. You don't need all that. To me, it's a bunch of hooey. But again, do what you do. So the LLC is a limited liability company. Okay. Now let's understand under the LLC. Let's say you have a piece of property. Okay. The property under the LLC, because there's 9 kinds of LLCs, by the way, 9 of them. So this is not even a corporation. It has a 15.3% unemployment tax. So that's why a lot of people say basically here, have your children, your wife, whatever, pull the draw. The answer, I don't like it. I don't like playing games. I like playing, winning the game of business. It makes sense. Now, you signed for this house. You want this person here to pay the payment, all right, on the first, okay, of the month. So you could pay that payment on the fifth of the month, fifth. So now you're trying to make sure there's equity in this house. If that person slipped and fell today, slip and fell, what would happen to you? They would basically slip, fall, and do a lawsuit, correct? We watch all these attorneys everywhere brag how they can sue everybody. Okay. Now, let's say they won the lawsuit. Let's say they won. Now, attorneys, unfortunately, they milk the retainer, and to the point you just want to scream and just get out of the whole thing. And just whatever happens, happens. Now, here's the problem. If they won this today, you signed it. You over here, okay? You have an SS5 SSN. Understand something, okay? If you wrote down SS5 here equals SSN equals 1040 tax return. You have a paycheck. We're going to talk about your income and how to do tax balancing. That's your goal, you and the IRS. But here's the problem. You signed for that house alone. So what happens is you are stuck with the bill or you file bankruptcy. Mostly we'd file bankruptcy, which kind of sucks. You brought the pain home. So what happens is very simple. Okay. This could force you into a bankruptcy. If you were married, they might have to be what community property community debt. What happens is they go after a husband and go after a wife. So you just brought the pain home. So did the LLC protect you? Yes or no? It didn't, in essence. It did not protect you. Because when you do business in an LLC, they see it on Secretary of State's website, your name's right there. So if they sue that, they would sue you. No rich and famous person ever let their LLC do business or company. The companies own companies. They own companies. So what do? If we structure right, now what is right? Okay. I'm right, you're wrong. I'm going to say that it's true, but it's how I feel. So don't get mad at me if I tell you the truth. Here is a management company. Okay. We're going to put an M in the box. M. This is management company. We're going to have 18 divisions over here, 18 divisions. And now we're going to understand here is a C Corp. Here's an S Corp. Okay. If we look at what happens, we have a tax ID, tax ID. Okay. We have an EIN, EIN. We have an SS4. Okay. SS4. So these are the categories I think they want to confuse you. Okay. I don't see any company or government or school teaching the real rules and tools how to get this done right in the first place. I've done it for 50 years trying to help people. I got 39 million millionaires in my Puppet Master Club in 2009 before I died in a coma. My tax guy steals my $3.7 billion and I have to rebuild it again because I died and came back. So if you understand how to play, we can win. See, you have an SS5 with the IRS. You don't realize you have that SS5 form. It's in the link below. I'd like you to get a copy of the SS5, understand how it works. I'd like you to connect your dots. because you're not connecting the dots. I'm sorry, you rolled the dice. You're bringing the pain home to your spouse and you. All right, men, we're supposed to be our kings, and our women are our queens. We have to take care of the queen. That's our job. Okay, our goal is to protect the queen at all costs. So the SS5, the IRS has on file because they bond us up to $35 million apiece. Million. Okay, we're bonded. They think we're their property, by the way. So the IRS has a problem, and you have a problem. A, they don't tell you the IRS is going to take money from your paycheck. You're over here trying to do tax balancing, and you get upset, you get pissed off because they took my money from my paycheck. They didn't tell me why. They didn't tell me why. And everybody says, because you have to. The answer, I have to, doesn't make sense to me. Okay. So if we did this correctly, what we'd have is basically the S Corp or the C Corp, all right, or the LLC would have 18 divisions. Each division allows us to have a line of defense. So let's write down line of defense. Okay. Line of defense. When I structured this in 1984, I did this for a reason because I didn't want to pay franchise tax fee in California times all my corporations. As you just basically, one of you said you have an LLC in California. Okay, very good. That's no problem. But it's a franchise tax fee of $1,000. So I don't want to pay that. In 1984, I'm known as the king of satellite television. I'm doing $100 million in satellite business, retail, manufacturing, installation, and everything else. 100 million bucks. These are corporations, not me again. I'm a puppet master. I actually own some Shakey's pizzas and 31 flavors, ice cream, Subway, shopping center, condos. Okay, how all these pieces? I didn't want to pay $1.2 million for franchise tax fee. Went to Sacramento, California, asked a basic question. Could I create an entity under a corporation, my LLCs, LLPs, C Corps, that's nonprofit PCs? I have them all, just like you would today. But I learned something. I got a question answered. They said if you create an entity under those, we will waive the franchise tax fee. So I created a division process in 84. It became law in 84 in all 50 states from 85 on. It's there. So I want you to run your business as a what? A division, please. Listen very carefully. Men, you've been rolling the dice as you, and basically stealing from the family. Stop it. We're not going to do that anymore. We're going to take your LLC and have 18 divisions. Okay, thank you for joining the club. All right, 18 divisions. You're a C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit. I want you to slow it down and I want you to pay attention because I want you to focus on one thing. $100,000 of income, 100,000. Please write it down. $100,000 of income on a monthly basis, monthly. Now, I look at goals differently. I start the goal first. That's why I started here. Then we're going to talk about your personal credit. For me, it was 100,000 a year, then a month, then a week, then a day. That's what I did. I went to $1 million a year, to a month, to a week, to a day. 2006, 7, 8, 9, we're doing $1 million a day, a million a day, okay? I became the coach for Carlton Sheets people, Dave Delgado, Russ Dobby. I'm the coach training the coaches, okay? So I'm playing the game and I have it. When I was 26, I have 2.2 billion in real estate through structure, real estate. All right, I'm controlling basically almost $3 billion one time. I'm 26, having fun. So it's not a point it was easier then or now. It's just the way it needs to be done in whatever time of life you're living. So what do we do? Come on. So all of a sudden here, the tax ID is per division. Okay. So let's understand what we're allowed to do. Please allowed to do. Tax ID is per division. EIN is the same thing as the tax ID, so is the SS4. So each division has their own tax ID division. If it wants to, we can take $100,000 of credit and we can multiply it into division process. Okay. This means this is a line of defense, a line of defense. In that same house you would have lost and hurt your family, the answer is no. We would buy the house under the corporation's division. We're going to separate liability. Okay. We're going to have a division of ourselves. Let's write this down, please. Here under this umbrella, you're going to have a division of me. I want you to write down division of me, please. Division of me. Okay. I want you not to sign your name on contracts in the future as an SSN. I want you to sign a division of me as an SS4. If we look at the form called SS5, SS4, we can connect the dots. It's IRS if we play the game right. The goal is not to bring the pain where? Home. This country was built on we the people. International constitutional law, one of my theses years ago. I've been studying law in the county since I could barely walk because I got born in a taxi. Mommy and daddy's to me was on TV, it was pretend. I didn't get a mommy and daddy. I got used and abused and it sucks. Found myself at the library all the time, learning. The people around me just used and abused. That's all they did. So if we structure finance and dream, we can get the American dream. What is the American dream? Okay. If I have a corporation, 18 divisions, understand, I get a credit file here for $100,000. So times 18 equals what our number is. Okay, which is what? You said 4 million, 3 million. What is it? Come on. What is $1 million? 18 times 100,000. It's what, a million eight? Is it a million eight? Yes or no? Come on. If I take that money and I finance the business, can I offset the taxes? Borrow money is not taxable. Borrow money is not what? Not taxable. If I use borrow money to get more money, I buy a Wendy's, a Jack in the Box, a storage unit, or a laundromat, or something. If I create auto income, then I have income coming to the organization and I get a paycheck. Somebody owns these things, it might as well be you. Is that okay? It might as well be you, but it's your choice. So if something got screwed up, you have a division of me. Understand something. When I signed the lease of the building in this building, I'm standing here, the one next door, I signed it as Ray Reynolds, as I'm Ray Reynolds, but I have a division of me. I'm not allowed to use a tax ID. Tax ID. I'm allowed to use an SS4. That's a division of me. A division of me can build 11 accounts, 11 cash accounts. This is Chase. This is American Express. This is Capital One, and on and on and on. I can build a file doing it that way, as long as I have no intent to do fraud. Again, don't have the intent to do fraud. So this is where I tell you I'm willing to sacrifice the division, not the corporate, my family. I'm sorry, I believe you sacrifice you and your family all the time. I don't want you to do that anymore. I'm online 6 days a week. Saturday, you have 5 classes all the time with me. I'm online every morning at 3:15 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time, because I'm up at 1:15. I get bored easy, so I just go online or help people. Been bored most of my life. It's terrible. My wife wants me to retire. This calls this my hobby. I'm not done yet. Okay. I'll know when I'm done. This is my 50th year. So what do we do? If all of a sudden a division had a problem, okay, what do we do? This entity, because I'm willing to sacrifice the division, I could bankrupt that piece. I could file bankruptcy, get rid of the bad piece, keep my other pieces. Your cities do this every day. It's called Chapter 9 bankruptcy for them. Grocery stores and banks, they do it all the time. So if we were to build our future the right way, my way, well, I don't think you'd be bringing the pain home today. But it's a choice. So if we focus on this on the board, this is your future. Let's build future and let's repackage the past. Let's put it together. Make sense? So what happens is very simple. If I get $100,000 of credit to American Express, let's just take checkbook money or American Express. It's very simple. We have choices. Here is 100,000, 150 cars. These are checkbook money. Let's write down checkbook money. These are cars 100,000. Okay, 100,000. Okay, they're paid over time limit. But I don't use a credit card to buy a damn franchise. This is the line of credit. I write a check. I write a check. Would you like $1 million of credit? Yes or no? If you like $1 million, put yes in the link below. Type yes, 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 now. $1 million of credit lets me finance the dream. If you don't want it, then I can't help you. Because I'm going to use money. No, not my money. I'm going to use credit to finance the dream. I'm going to write a check from checkbook money. Checkbook money. So write down checkbook money. I'm going to go after one of these businesses here. These are auto income businesses, auto income. So again, I wrote books on all these things 47, 48 years ago. And this is what I've been doing for 50 years, putting people owning a piece of something, storage unit, laundromat, car wash. Wrote books on all that. I'm using borrow money to do this. Borrow money is not what? Taxable. Borrow money is, again, write it down. Borrow money is not what? Taxable. If I take the American Express cards in my hand, I'm entitled to get a blueprint loan. It's right here. Blueprint loan is $250,000. Would you like $250,000 to write a check to buy a Wendy's restaurant, a laundromat? But Wendy's is going to cost you $1 million. So we would take four of us and buy the Wendy's restaurant. But that'll get us each about 18,000 a month each to the corporation. I don't want you receiving money. Is that okay? I don't want you to ever receive money as a person ever again. I want you to get a paycheck like rich and famous people do all the time, and offset their taxes. We're going to play this game many times. If I have three divisions, 300,000 right here. That is up to $30,000 a month. Is that okay? 30,000 a month. If I have six divisions, that's three more. If I'm going to drop them, that's 60,000 a month, 600,000. If I have nine, that's 900,000. That's 100,000 a month. All right. Can we create $100,000 a month? Yes. I have a 97% success rate. 97%. I guarantee in writing, if you do what you're told to do, you'll accomplish this goal in writing. Okay. I haven't had a paycheck for 40 years. I don't need one. I don't want one. The reality is, I became a corporate billionaire at 21 years old. Corporate billionaire. If you want to play, you play my way. I actually got the award for being the second largest advertiser in California for 32 years. Every Tuesday, Orange County, every Wednesday, Bonaventure, Los Angeles, every Thursday, Ontario, every Saturday, Long Beach, California. And I had my events and my seminars and workshops all the time. I have 39 million people in a Puppet Master Club before I died in a coma in 2009. Came back again. My 3.7 billion structure was stolen. I had to rebuild it again and again. I got $1 million in 6 weeks. Would you like $1 million? I mean, would you like $1 million? Well, what happens is this. Write yes if you want $1 million. Please write yes. I want to show you something. You want $1 million? Yes or no? Okay. That's right. Yes. Come on. Yes, 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 yes. I want $1 million. Now, the next thing is, do you want the million on you or corporation? Answer the question now. Let's understand. I need you to start thinking the way I think. Do you want the $1 million under you or corporation? Which is it? You or corporation? Please tell me, corp. Okay. Now understand what happens in the $1 million. You said yes, corp. Fantastic. If we receive money as a person on $1 million, we get to keep 375. That's it. 400,000. They get $600,000 on the $1 million. If I wrote you a check for $1 million, you have to tell me where to send it to ACH it or send it to you. You wrong, wrong, wrong. That's wrong, wrong, wrong. Corporation? Oh yes, oh yes, yes, yes. Corporations pay no tax till they're profitable. Corporations pay what? No tax till we're profitable. What do we have? Again, we've structured rules and tools. Now, to get the blueprint loan, let's watch what happens. Okay. They say 250 per Amex. If you have a gold or platinum now, it's on the dashboard. They want to have 30 transactions. They want $100,000 of income in and out, okay, per month. Now, winning the game of business, I wrote it when I was 14. Okay. I finished it at 15. I created Car Finder, got $1 million check. I got a license fee forever. Car Finder became part of GPS if you don't know that. From here, it's very simple. I put it out there when I was 16. Everybody thought I was 24 because I lied. I got a driver's license when I was 14 saying I'm 7 years older than I am. Sorry, I lied. Will you forgive me? If you want God, forgive me. Then God won't forgive you. That's how it works. All right. Now, what happens is very simple. Okay. Now, this is my petty cash account for March. See, what happens if you're in a coaching program with me, I can't let you down. I have a problem. I have to make sure you follow through 100%. I got to tell you exactly what to do. So in petty cash account, this means because we have 19 accounts in it, everybody has a petty cash account or a general account for all your businesses. That's what you do. So when a person's in a coaching program for like a year, certain clients, I'll help them do this. Not all of them. They'll elect me as a CFO, Chief Financial Officer, for banking, listen to the words, banking and verification purposes. Banking and verification purposes. Now, petty cash last month was 240 on this account. Okay. There are three accounts we use for petty cash. This is 56,000. Okay. The next one here, very simple again, here's 71,000. So what we did for petty cash is about 396. Now, American Express wants again 30 transactions. We had 3,019 in petty cash, and they want basically set up that way, and they want basically 100,000 in and out of the bank account. So if you get stuck in something, believe it or not, I'll probably get you unstuck and get you past go because I don't want you to screw up. Is that okay? So that's about $400,000 in petty cash. So I think we can connect the dots, helping you in an escrow. Now, for instance, if I take $25,000 of a line of credit, all right, in the beginning, you're not allowed to do anything besides this small things because I don't want you to screw this up. I want you to understand how it works. Here's checkbook money, checkbook money. All right, then we got the blueprint loans. Okay, no problem as well. So we wrote a check into an escrow. Okay, I would guide you every step of the way. Now, by the way, if you play in my escrows, I'm in every escrow. The green one is me. Okay. Green, as my wife would say, it's green because green go. Okay. My wife's a crazy Colombian girl. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. She's been my partner of life for 21 years. We became one under God, all right, family, and money. Here's the goal. Let's understand this one here. We got 19 escrows we're playing with this week. We play with between 19 and 20 a week because it's fun. What does this mean? Come on, numbers never lie. Numbers never lie. The only thing that lies is people. People lie all the time. So if I wrote a check for $25,000, and I went to a laundromat, dry clean, car wash, and I lined it up for you. After we pay the money and wrote the check, after they pay the bill, they make sure the proceeds first pay a bill if you had to use a line of credit. Your leftovers 3,200 a month on an average. So this means four people, I'm one of them, I'm in all the escrows, is getting $3,200 a month forever. Would you like $3,200 a month forever, forever, forever? I mean, it's forever. You own the piece. You own the piece. This is the piece. This is where you screwed up. I'm sorry. Every one of you had money and you pissed it away and you did it the wrong way in the first place, I believe. So this means that for $25,000, I just bought an income of $3,200 a month for the rest of my life as a division. Numbers never lie, only people do. Okay. Next, if we got to the next level, and I let you do this, this is a storage unit and a fourplex. 50,000 uses 5,600 a month. Forever, forever, forever. That would be the goal. Again, there's four people in that. If we went to another project and now we put 75,000 in it on the line of credit, what do? Now we have five people plus me again. And basically what happens after 90 days, we have $7,500 a month income to the division process, income per month. Again, if we have 100,000, now we have 9620. Now understand something. What this is very simple as we look at numbers. Numbers never lie. Only people lie. There, I'm part of it. If we said we wanted a Wendy's restaurant today, we need $1 million. We need $1 million. That means I need nine people plus me. I don't buy them all myself because I had a problem in 1987. In 1987, I'm closing 16 escrows a day. I got too carried away. I thought I was going to do all these pieces and it got too many. I'm accepting every escrow, having fun. So what happens is very simple. In 1987, I asked my clients if they like to be my soldiers. In other words, I like to get involved. And this is how it started. Auto income for clients as well as far as me. You see, I became corporate billionaire, right, at 21 years old. It's not hard to do if you know how to play the game. From there, 2.6 billion in 26, and controlling 2.2 billion in real estate plus all the 2 billion plus that. And again, I just basically been helping people for 50 years having fun. This one here we're playing with this week is an example for every one of you. All right, every one of you. This means three people plus me. We get 5510, all right, forever. It's $5,510 a month forever, forever, forever. Okay. Unless you want to buy yourself out, or basically you just leave it to your estate and you keep all the pieces, you have an irrevocable trust. That's why you should do this in the first place. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, you keep rolling the dice as you. Stop it, please. Please stop being you because being you making money, they tax you before you get the leftover. That kind of sucks. So again, if I put four people, it's 4,100. Five people, 3,300, and if it's six people, it's $2,700 a month. See, numbers never lied to me. Okay, only people do. So when I line up projects, for instance, projects, okay, I mean even ugly car washes. Okay, what do we look at? This one's 2.1 million. Everybody got 8,000 a month. Is that okay? Would $8,000 a month be good for you, or would you like more? But it's not you. You don't get the money. You never get the money. The corporation gets the money. The corporation gets the money. What do you get to do? You get an income. You have to decide. You have to decide again. What is your income? I was just trying one of the bigger ones that we did play here. Okay. This is 2.9 million. It's a bigger unit. Okay. Everybody got 12,000 a month. Is that good or bad? So if we did this correctly, and this is correctly what we would do, I teach you how to do this yourself. Everyone, you can do this yourself. You do it all, or we do it together. I'll do all the work with you. I do this, we do, you do, I do. So what happens? Understand something. Okay, that's your future right there. That should be what you take a picture. All right, I want you to go to future, then I want to go backwards. Future is where we're going to be 6 months from now, before the end of this year. I want to be there. Okay, I want to be there. 18 divisions now creates this $100,000 income. I mean, end of the year, that's where you'll be. Now we have to go back and rebuild your credit if you're not a good CFO. There's your goal. There's your dream. Okay. That's why I always say call the office and sign up to a specialist. Get a specialist to hold your hand because your goal is very simple as we play this game to win. The goal is simple. Here's the phone number 800-254-9506. You talk to your specialist or be assigned to a specialist. When you're assigned to a specialist, he or she's going to ask you questions. Answer their questions, please. Get in a program. Now, I guarantee, listen carefully. If you do what you're told to do, I guarantee in writing this is going to happen for you. See, all we're going to do is clone what I do with you. It's all going to do. Okay. I'm going to take me and have a million, a billion of me. Okay. That's all you're doing. You're just cloning what I do for you, and I'm going to hold your hand to do it. I guarantee in writing it'll work if you do what you're told. Will you do what you're told? That's all the promise I need you to make. Okay. 800-254-9506. Understand what this means today. Follow me on TikTok. Okay. All right. Follow me, subscribe, all the things they tell you to do. I'm learning different languages. I've been on TikTok for 23 weeks. I got almost 70,000 followers. What is our ultimate goal? Is getting the American dream. Now, what do we need to do? You can actually become an affiliate and get things for free, or you just send you some money. It's up to you as well. Referrals. Thank you for joining the fan club. Mondays at 4:30, I do a Zoom with anybody who wants to join to get into a partnership. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I'd always say, let's do a blueprint together, a blueprint call, you and your partner of life, up to an hour. We start in a rapid rescore. Now, I want you to focus on something, okay? All right, understand something. Do you have one of these? Okay. Do you have one of these? I have allocated $10 million right there, certified by attorneys and all, right there, all right, to give the escrow people know that we're not full of doo doo. See, the reality is you can offer things, but if you don't have verification of funds, the reality is it's a bunch of hooey, bunch of crap. So I'm just showing to you, we have certified here $10 million allocated for these things that we do all the time. We prove that we have $10 million again sitting there ready to go. Do you have that or not? I do, you don't. So let me do it my way. Okay. What happens is very simple. I want the investment group, Reynolds LLP, to go public next year or so. It's going to be worth about $10 million. Excuse me, 10 billion. I'm sorry, with a B, 10 billion. I created auto income. Okay. You have three choices here. Okay. You do all the work. You do it all right here, or we do it together, or I'll do it all. You do, we do, I do. Write it down. You can do it all. I'll teach you how to do it all. Okay. We do it together. All right. 99, almost 100% want me to do with it. Okay. I'll do all the work. I have no excuse, neither do you. Okay. Your goal is to understand something today. Very simple is let's have our LLC, right? Our LLC or LLP. Now, if you have a tablet and pen, I'd like you to get that right now, please. A tablet and pen. If not, please go get one. I would like to create a little blueprint with you, or to give you some examples how to do this right. I'm going to knock everything. I just did. Okay. What can I say? All right. This big chair. They want the big one here. Okay, that's good. So, blueprint. What does this mean? Today, you have the ability to listen, learn, and I love that. I love the fact you want to learn and get past go. So, we're going to go to the board and we're going to make sure we understand how to play this game. I want you to play my way. I'm sorry, I don't like your way. I'm going to say your way sucks. My way works, but it's up to you to understand that. Please don't get upset that I'm direct to the point. I don't pull punches. I have no excuses. And I'm going to say neither do you. So over here, you have your SS5. Okay. It's an SS5 form. The IRS has a form on file with every one of us. We have an SS5 form. That's what we have. SS5. The IRS, basically, we signed it or mommy did when we were born. We have no choice. Okay. Equals SSN equals 1040 tax return. Okay. That's what it is. Now understand something. The IRS has this form on file. It's not a bunch of hooey. It's in the link below as well. Get a copy of this form. Okay. So you have one of these, you have one of these, and you file this. Okay. You're trying to do tax balancing with the IRS because you have a problem. Every one of us got pissed off when we got our first paycheck. Why? Because the IRS took our money. They did not explain to us what they do. Nobody does. And the reality is it's basically simple. And I was told one thing. All right. All right. So I was told, live with it. They have to. Okay. So here's you over here, you trying to do tax balance with the IRS. Your paycheck is going to be what? 6420, or is it needs to be $10,000? I don't know what you need to pay your bills, but that's what you got to figure out. Your goal is to pay your bills. Do you want the $1 million dream? Yes or no? It's very simple. We have to pay our bills. We're doing tax balancing. The goal would be very simple as we play this game to win. We want to win the game. If we go over here and structure correctly, we have that LLC situation. Okay. Let's say you have an LLC, no problem. You have a basic LLP, you have a C Corp, all right, you have a nonprofit corporation, you have an S Corp, okay, you have a PC, okay. These are the categories you get to pick about corporations, okay, all right, corporation structure. Again, I don't like that C, okay. So what do? We get to structure this correctly. This is called a PC, which is basically a professional corporation. These are your categories you can have today. So let's draw our line in between each one of these categories. We get to pick. Now the LLC is a what? Limited liability company. There are 9 categories of that you can have. If the LLC owns a house, you're trying to get them to pay the rent. All right, they sign the agreement to pay it on the first, so you can pay it on the fifth, okay, or the second, or whatever we're going to do. So let's say we want to pay it on the fifth, okay, no problem. If they slip and fall, they're going to sue the house. They're going to sue the LLC, going to sue you because you signed the loan for that house. Then they basically you're stuck. Then it forces you to pay a house payment on a house they won through a lawsuit. They don't get to take the loan. Your loan is you. Your ability is very simple. You file a bankruptcy instead, and you go hurting your family. Your goal is simple. If we did it my way, what we would structure is very simple. We would basically have our what LLC, LLP, C corps, whatever you have. We'd have our division process. Division process. This means very simple. If I have this LLC, LLP, C corp, nonprofit, PS corp, or PC, I would want 18 divisions. 18 divisions. Each division gives me the ability to have a separate credit file. Each division has a separate credit file. That's what our goal should be. So let's focus on having a line of defense. A line of defense. A line of defense. Let's write it down. A line of defense. Let's write it down again and again. All right, let's see if we have our 9. Here we have 3, 6, 9. Okay. Each division here has the ability to have its own credit file. So every house would be under a division. This creates a line of defense, a line of defense. I had my Shakey's pizzas, I had my 31 flavor, my apartment complexes, my Jack in the Box, my storage units, my laundromats, okay? I created a line of defense. That house here, if I have a division of me, I would sign that loan as a division of myself. You have 2 choices to understand something, okay? Over here, we have basically an SS4, okay? We have an EIN number, EIN. We have a what's called a tax ID, okay? We have all these categories. They're all the same thing anyway. Now, understand each one of these is per division, per division. It allows me to have a credit file per division as well. And my line of defense is here. My line of defense is here. Again, I get to do this. If one of these screws up, I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate, and bankrupt to peace. 18 divisions allows me $100,000 of credit per entity, per entity. So that's 100,000 here, also times 9 now as well. So now I created 1,000,008, okay, on the credit from there. I can have $2 million of credit plus. If I have a problem because I have a division of me, this is where a contract's signed for that house anyway. Again, as we structure this right. If we have husband and wife over here, husband, here's wife. Okay? All we became one. One's a lonely number. The only way to give them your money back from your paycheck is to have a house payment. House payment for 24 years is interest only for 24 years. So that's going to give you money back from your paycheck. And you got upset that they took your money. When you got your paycheck, you got your leftover. That's what they did to you. They didn't explain it to us. They should have. Somebody should have explained all these things to everyone because I've been doing it for all these years, helping people understand how this works. You can do tax balancing. You can restock your paycheck. You can have your LLC with 18 divisions today, LLP, C Corp, nonprofit, PC, and that's what you structure. I would tell every one of you take your LLC when it makes money and turn it into basically an S corporation. We don't have to worry about the 15.3% tax on employment, and we can basically have one tax return. That's what makes sense. The C Corp is double tax. I tell you have an S corporation as well. That's going to get you probably $3 to $5 million up to that, getting what a paycheck. This is going to create 100,000 a month income, and now you get a paycheck. The LLC doesn't care. They pull draws and silly things. The S corp says reasonable compensation. I think it's reasonable to get a paycheck that pays your bills. What do you think? That's your structure. That's your financial dream. So if every one of you structure this very simple right now, 18 divisions, your LLC, 18 divisions, S Corp, C Corp, whatever you have, it makes sense. Every division would finance the dream. Every division has the ability to not bring the pain home in the first place. You bring the pain home because you don't know any better. Sorry to say what you do. So, every one of you today, do yourself a favor. Okay, understand the blueprint of success. All right, call that office today, 800-254-9506. That could change your life today because today's the last day of the month. At the last day of the month, they're going to give you 18 divisions for practically nothing because it's getting set up because tomorrow's May 1st. Call your specialist if you don't have one, be assigned to one, answer the questions, get to the point you understand how to play the game to win. It's going to be up to you again and again. All I know today is you can follow me on TikTok. You can have fun. You can subscribe. Or we get to play. I've been on TikTok for 23 weeks. You can get your books about personal credit for free. It's in the link below. Again, you call that number. What happens here? You subscribe, follow, follow, follow. And that's what I need you to do to help me help you. If you do this correctly, every one of us, all right, you also request your mouse pad. This is a mouse pad. We'll send it to you in the link below. It's very simple. You could ask for red, white, or blue because we have them usually in all three ways, but it's what's in stock. I'll send that to you for free and I'll pay for everything for you as well. I want to send out 1 million of those this next week. By the way, it costs me $10 for each one I send out. $10 each one I send out. Okay. And that's what it costs to put that mouse pad, all the pieces together. I'm sending 1 million out next week. What am I doing through the nonprofit? What did I just do? How much money am I spending if I'm spending 1 million of those out next week? How much? Okay. I control bank accounts with millions and billions of dollars. I'm not a millionaire or a billionaire. I'm not dumb enough to say that. I'm a puppet master controlling the pieces. If you want to control pieces, you'll do it my way. I think your way sucks. Sorry to say it's true. You have the ability to repackage yourself if you want to. Very simple. All right, you answer the question, so let's answer the question. Yeah, it's 10 million bucks. It's a write-off. It's a marketing tool. So let's understand every one of us have the ability to change our lives if we want to. Yeah, it's 10 million. That's right. Okay. But again, we want to do this on a weekly basis. Thanks. No problem. Follow this. Trying to make sure I've answered any questions that came through. Very simple. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. That's why. Okay. Good. All right. All right. A lot of things are just saying thank you. Appreciate all that. It's great. We get to change our lives if you want to. So do yourself a favor, call 800-254-9506. Have them assign that to you as well. How much does it cost? Okay. I saw that 3 questions. Okay. It depends what you want to do. If I put you in 3 months of coaching, I'm going to trade you 8,000 bucks. I'm going to put you 3 divisions. I'm going to build you 50,000 in credit, and I'm going to put you in an escrow. I'm going to build you 10 times your money back to you. And what's going to happen is you're going to create escrows, and we got 3 escrows to do this. That basically was about 12,000 a month. He'll reimburse you plus your credit. You offset the taxes. You get to win the game. But again, that's what you get to do. If it's basically 6 months of coaching, 6 divisions, escrows, 75,000 in credit, I'm going to give you 10 times your money back again. And it's literally $11,000 a month. Stop it. I stuttered once more. Sorry. $11,000 is investment, but you're now creating 22,000 a month for the rest of your life. 6 months, 15,000. 9 escrows. And what does it do? 18 divisions, and it creates about 30,000 a month income to you. So it's like you've done this forever, forever, forever. If it's a 12 months coaching, it's about 36 divisions, and it's 12 escrows to play the game. That's going to create 100,000 a month from now on. Is that okay? So again, that's basically what it costs. If you wanted to wrap a rescore, talk to your specialist, get in a blueprint call with me right away. And what do you get to do? You get to play my way. If you want to refer people, you can do that too in the link below. You can also become an affiliate and make some money. Like I said again, subscribe, subscribe, follow, follow, follow. Call 800-254-9506. Make sure you call it right away in about 30 minutes or so. See, we have 5:35 in the morning. You're not riding after Rolex. You're not riding after Chef at home or the haircut or the wedding. That's a bunch of hooey. I hear that all the time. Makes no sense. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to check 19 bank accounts. I got to get past go myself. I got things to do. So let's do our best. It's always God, family, and money. Let's do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. Never forget the end of the day. God loves us all. All right, people on YouTube, let's have fun. Okay, call the number. You assign to a specialist if you don't have one already. You need one? Do that. Today's the last day of the month. Last day of the month. Make sure you get your 18 divisions today because they're going to give you a hell of a discount right away if you did it today. If not, tomorrow's the first. There's no reason to get a discount on the first. So let's do our best. Let God do the rest. Amen to that too. There's a number 800-254-9506. Every one of us can change our lives starting today. Let's do our best. Let God do the rest. Amen to that too. Never forget at the end of the day, God loves us all.